Demon Marching Band. The sounding band.
It'll pick up everything.
The Spirit of Northwestern is proud to present its 2026 Demon Football Pregame Show.
In about 2 minutes, check on your YouTube and see if it's.
Demon fans, please rise and show your spirit as the Spirit of Northwestern presents the Northwestern State University Fight Song. Under the field direction of drum majors Mason Wyndham, Jared Thomasy,
How's the
Ryan
shot?
and Olivia Gonzalez.
That's great.
But you don't gotta record until the game actually starts.
At this time, the Spirit of Northwestern asks you to join us in a moment of silence as we honor the memory of Bryson Bailey, a cherished member of our Spirit of Northwestern family who passed away this summer. Thank you. Now, please enjoy a special musical presentation from Northwestern State University's Kappa Music Service Organizations. The Spirit of Northwestern will perform Fanfare for the Bond, composed by Senior Music Education Major Turner Sugg, and conducted by Director of Bands, Dr. Anthony Purcell. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for tonight's invocation offered by Paige Baumgartner. After the invocation, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, the Star-Spangled Banner, and the Northwestern State University Alma Mater, conducted by Associate Director of Bands, Dr. Andrew Blair. The colors are presented this evening by Northwestern's Army ROTC program, the 77th Demon Battalion. Members of the Color Guard are Cadets Destiny Terrio, John Dos Santos, and Madison Scott. They are led by Color Sergeant Cadet Jillian Huff.
Bow your heads and join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for getting tonight, giving us an opportunity. I thank you for protection over all athletes who step onto the field today. I ask that you keep them safe and healthy as they play. I pray for your protection over the coaches and officials throughout the game as well. And Lord, we ask that you bless all fans, families, and everyone else in this country today. And lastly, I pray for safe travels home for everyone here tonight, and for a great season ahead. In Jesus' name, amen.
After the invocation, please remain standing for the presentation of the colors, the Star-Spangled Banner, and the Northwestern State Demon fans, stay on your feet. Enjoy the spirit of Northwestern as they play the Northwestern State University Fight Song. your 2026 Northwestern State football starting lineups. Beginning first with the defense. At defensive end, a 6'3" senior from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 0, Donovan Dozier. At defensive tackle, a 6'3" senior from Monroe, number 99, Keyshawn Reed. At defensive line, a 6' senior from Greenwood, Mississippi, number 61, Alex Larry. At linebacker, a 6' sophomore from New Orleans, number 49, Jadon Weber. At linebacker, a 6'2" senior from Frisco, Texas, number 13, Blake Fan. At linebacker, a 6' graduate student from Covington, Louisiana, number 9, Danny Sears. At cornerback, a 6' junior from Bertrandville, Louisiana, number 19, Brennan Thompson. At cornerback, a 6'1" sophomore from Augusta, Georgia, number 24, Brandon Ross. At safety, a 6'2" senior from Atlanta, Georgia, number 5, Taylon Ray Jr. At safety, a 6'1" junior from Lake Charles, Louisiana, number 14, Joe Natale. At safety, a 5'10" graduate student from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, number 1, Christian Williams. And now for the offense. At running back, a 5'11" graduate student from DeSoto, Texas, number 0, Lyon Hicks. At tight end, a 6'4" junior from Katy, Texas, number 8, Luke Carter. At tight end, a 6'4" senior from Austin, Texas, number 13, Joseph Moreland. At wide receiver, a 6'2" junior from McKinney, Texas, number 1, Dylan Rose. At wide receiver, a 6' sophomore from Gilmer, Texas, number 3, Brendan Webb. At left tackle, a 6'4" junior from Houston, Texas, number 71, Logan Brady. At left guard, a 6'5" sophomore from New Roads, Louisiana, number 58, Rory Lambert. At center, a 6'2" graduate student from Houma, Louisiana, number 50, Caleb Hilliard. At right guard, a 6'4" senior from El Paso, Texas, number 72, Tyrone McDuffie III. At right tackle, a 6'4" sophomore from Roe Ridge, Louisiana, number 66, Christian Menard. At quarterback, a 6'1" junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, number 10, Abram Johnston. And leading your Demons, head coach, Blaine McCorkle.
And good evening, LC Wildcat fans, and welcome out to Week 0 in the season opener in 2026. And we are battling the PA announcer here, but we're going to have a good time with this one. I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports, and it won't be this way the entire time. Looking forward to it, and we'll get to the starting lineups just as soon. There they come out. We'll take a look at the defense for the Wildcats. At nose guard, Isaiah Joles. At defensive end, Ted Jackson. Defensive tackle, John is there. Jonathan Morladay. At the jack linebacker is Gator Marquez Hampton. Cameron Leonard is the nickel. Jordan Oglesby back for his graduate year. Jordan Oglesby, the inside linebacker, alongside of Judd Mixon. Judd is there. David Voorhees III, the senior cornerback, starts opposite of Jason Coleman, the sophomore. BJ Brandon Johnson, the free safety, he is a senior. And JJ back from a season of injury where he is gone, but Jaden Jones is back, the 6' redshirt junior. Offensively for your Cats tonight, number 2, Bryce Perkins will run the offense for Coach Ben, Coach York, and that offensive unit from Pineville. At running back, Datelin Cunningham from Alexandria Senior High School. He's a redshirt sophomore. Omar Davis, the wide receiver. 6'4", 215, the redshirt junior. E.J. Scott, 5'8", 165, junior wide receiver. D-Dub, Darius Washington, number 3, the other wide receiver. Tight end out of Alexandria Senior High School. True freshman Grayson Thibodeau gets the start. Across that front line, Kennison Jefferson. On left tackle, left guard is J.D. Winans. Doing the snapping tonight, back to Perk, number 74, Christian Gotro. On the right side of it, Javante Roberts. Tay Roberts is there at right guard. And Gavin Lilly is at right. Doing the kicking will be true sophomore Preston Baker. Long snapper Mason Hebert. Punt returner Darius Washington. And new to the squad this year, but put up the 3rd most total yards in D3 last year, Obadiah Butler makes his way, and he will be out there as well. They are led by head coach Ben McLaughlin. Again, I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports. The Demons have made their way out tonight, and those of you that have decided to hang out with us on the audio, we appreciate that over on YouTube. Make sure you leave us a comment over there and let us know where you're watching from and where you're listening from and who you're cheering for, and we'll do the best to bring this to you. The Demons come out in all purple, trimmed in orange. The LC Wildcats, all white, orange helmets, trimmed in orange and blue. So it is a whiteout tonight for LCU. Dr. Mark Johnson put that memo out earlier for everybody to wear a white shirt, and the white shirts have filled things up over there. Now, we will have highlights when all of this is over with. We are recording up here. We appreciate my man Nick Morrow that is on the camera. Brett Stallsby is running the scoreboard up at the top of it, so you'll be able to do that. And down on our Sadler's Towing scrolling scoreboard, you're able to keep up with all of the NAIA Sooner Athletic Conference scores that are going around the way. We are proud to bring you this one from the Trios Press Box. Have you been to Trios yet? Go in there on Versailles Boulevard in Alexandria and check out their menu that they have for the weekend. It's special on there. Go in there and tell them you heard about it on 446 Sports. Now, don't go tonight. Go down there tomorrow because you'll be able to listen to a great one on here. Of course, our title sponsor is Central Management. You know them better as Belgrand and Lanyap Home Care. Could not do a thing without those guys. Of course, Sadler's Towing has our Sadler's Towing scrolling scoreboard. Explore Alexandria Pineville is there, and you'll see a lot of our sponsors rotating in the corner today. We will have our Southern Air Cool play of the game, and we will have a lot of others. It's a moment of silence here.
Good one. Forever, our coach. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to midfield and join NSU's president, James Genovese, in welcoming today's military honoree, Lieutenant Colonel Etta Wheeler. A logistics officer with over 21 years of military service, Lieutenant Colonel Wheeler serves at Grambling State University as the Professor of Military Science for Grambling, Louisiana, Tech University, Northwestern State,
working on the captains for tonight for the homestanding Demons of Northwestern State University is number 9, Danny Sears, and you will hear a lot about him from the linebacker spot. They actually call it the Beast linebacker is where he will be tonight. Mayon Hicks, their graduate running back. They've grown up a lot. This is a little bit older squad that has been around the last couple of years. Dylan Rhodes, the junior wide receiver, is there, and across the offensive line, their center, Caleb Billiot, is the graduate. So you've got a lot of older kids in there. A lot of senior and graduate student transfers have made their way in. Across the way, it is Omar Davis. Amarius Davis is one of the wideouts, one there. Javante Roberts is there. Gavin Lilly, and we'll have to see who the other is. It may be Ted.
And please join President Genovese, Captain Armando Lopez, head of NSU's Department of Military Science, and the NSU family in thanking her and all members of the military for their service to our nation.
Man, it is week 0, and we are delighted to be here. The chase for the Red Banner is on. The Red Banner, of course, is what the championship folks go after in NAIA sports. That'll be determined about 95 days from now over in Crowley, which is a suburb of Fort Worth, there where it was last year. You remember that is where Texas Wesleyan has played their home games the last few years. Familiar to us last year as we went that one. As we went there, and the Demons make their way out. That, in fact, joining them is number 66. J.D. Winans is the other captain in tonight's ball game. I told you the Demons all in white, orange helmets. Good-looking uniform combination there. And that was not Jordan Oglesby that's out there. Or that was not Omar. That is Jordan Oglesby, our grad linebacker. For getting him back and getting Judd back at the inside linebackers certainly made a difference on there. Turn it over to the public, or actually to the officials here for this one, and we will get ready to get this going. Got to believe the Demons come out with the football to start with. Coach Ben said if they win it, they're going to take the ball. Northwestern more than likely will defer, so we'll see that Cats offense. We'll see if they defer, if the Demons do. The Demons won the toss. And they did not defer, so Northwestern State and elected to receive. So that's kind of against what Coach Ben had hoped for. He thought that Northwestern would do it. But one thing Northwestern wants to do, and Coach Blaine McCorkle in his third season here at Northwestern State in Natchitoches, they want to control the clock now. They want to run the football, and they want to see if they can come out and establish a drive. It has been a long time since that final game in Surprise, Arizona. All of the pomp is over. All of the circumstance is over. It is week 0, and we are ready for some LCU Wildcat football here all season long on 446 Sports. Delighted to bring you this one. Preston Baker will be back to kick things off. Back deep to receive is going to be Zay Davis. Antonio Hall is back there with him. Zay Davis is electric, 5'11", 200 pounds. They want to get it in there. Baker has done a tremendous job of getting the ball into the end zone. We'll see if he's able to do that. Let's get alive in the chat on YouTube as you're watching this, and we will do our best to send those shout-outs out there as well. We'll keep the score and the time, down and distance, and all of that up at the top of the screen. And you do see Zay Davis going back to our nearest side. The Demons will go left to right, going from the big smokestack that is there over to the gym area. Left to right as we're looking at. Up to the top is Antonio Hall, number 2. Preston Baker set to put a foot in it. Runs up, kicks it off, and we are underway. This one's going to fall short of the goal line, going to roll at the 10-yard line, and that is where Davis has it. Davis to the 25-30. He's got a wall. It's going to be up to Baker to get him down. Doesn't do it, but a big run back for Zay Davis. And goodness, that's Jason Coleman, the cornerback. That was the last man to beat. That would have been tough on there. Actually, give that one to Cameron Leonard. Smoke was able to get there and get to him. So the Demons will come out in a 3 defensive line set. They like to run 4 linebackers around, depending on what Northwestern's going to do. You see John coming out, getting ready. Isaiah Joles is there along the defensive front, and Ted Jackson. Roberts set with his offense beginning at the 43-yard line of LCU. Handoffs to the left side. Going to run right up the middle and is going to be good for 7 yards. Gets out to the 33-yard line. Correction, 37. JJ with that one. They'll give him 5 officially. Give him the 38-yard line. And that was the first carry by Mayan Hicks on the night. Demons, again, we told you, will come heavy and look to run the ball. Here's a little trickeration. It's a toss back to the backside. Number 3 has that one. Brendan Webb has got it. It is covered up, but a pickup of 4 that's going to get to the first down. First down for the Demons. They get the first down here. So a couple of good plays on their first drive as they head to that entrance area we told you, towards the Donald Kelly Athletic Complex. 1st and 10 for Northwestern State from the Demons' 32-yard line. If you're watching this on ESPN Plus, listening to us, welcome. We appreciate you being here. 1st down and 10. Roberts has it. He's going to fake the handoff. He's coming back to pass. Got a man down the middle. Just overshoots the intended receiver. That was intended for Joseph Moreland, the 6'4 senior wide receiver. Falls incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Stop the clock at 14:04. Now you see that at the top in our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Big shout out back home to the cats that are listening to this one. You see the Sadler's Towing scrolling scoreboard, the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard at the top of it. And it is 2nd down now and 10. Roberts and Hicks Johnston and Hicks in the backfield. Abram Johnston out of Baton Rouge. Johnston back to pass one more time. Dumps that one off. It is complete. Going to be driven out after a 10-yard pickup. And that is complete to Brendan Webb. Webb able to pull that one down. Webb was the intended receiver a moment ago. And that's the second first down for the Demons. I won't say they go tempo, but they go no huddle. Johnston and company bring 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. The lone receiver is Hicks to the left side, flanked of Johnston. He looks over, makes a couple of adjustments, and will bring now Hicks up next to him. Handoff is going to go up the middle, and that interior line able to get there. Gator able to knock him down. Marquez Hampton is there. That right side, John is there. We'll see who else comes out of that. Jordan Oglesby was there, and Isaiah Joel's the first man there. Coach Mo able to rotate a lot of guys in on that one too. It looked like that line got to him pretty quickly. They'll spread that three-man front out. Back to pass. Here comes pressure off the backside. Nearly knocked down, and it's not. Looking to cut back inside. But good pressure off the far side by the Cats. Number 99, Ted Jackson. Ted Jackson, a preseason All-American, voted by VSN. That'll be 3rd down and 4 to go. 3rd down and 4. The ball is inside of the Riverside Hospital red zone. And we'll bring that up for you. 3rd down. We appreciate our friends at Riverside Hospital for being there. Riverside Hospital red zone. 3rd down and 3, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper to the near side, trying to get to the corner, coming up and making a good tackle on the outside is David Voorhees. Voorhees the third is there, coming up and finishing it off for the Cats was Cam Leonard Smoke, able to come up and do that, but still a couple of yards shy. They'll give him a yard, make it 4th down and 2. And you know the Demons do not want to attempt the field goal, but they are trotting that unit out there. And holding the Demons to a field goal attempt is certainly a win for the Cats, as it looked like the Demons were marching their way down. This will be a 32-yard attempt. Snap is back, kick is up, and the first points of the board are on by the Demons. But after that, I don't think you're too mad at that. That is a 4-minute and 2-second drive for the Demons. They pay it off with a 32-yard field goal off of the foot of Payne Williams, the third, number 89, there out of the hold of Luke Delafield. You remember Luke Delafield, quarterback not far from here, just up I-49, North DeSoto, and led them on to the Superdome, where they finished runners-up this year, playing for another LC name that's well known.
Your attention to the 20-yard line as NSU Athletics would like to recognize and
Dennis Dunn, of course, the coach, coached here at LCU and then made his way up to North DeSoto following a time at Pineville High School locally. But 3-0 Demons lead it here. And that defense straightened up just a little bit. Again, a 65-yard drive. It took 4 minutes and 3 minutes and 57 seconds on that drive. You see the score up at the top. It is 3-0. Demons lead this one. Again, I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports alongside of Brett Stallsby. Nick Morrow here bringing you all the action, brought to you by Bill Grand and Lanyap Home Care. We are proudly here in the Trios press box, inviting you to go down there and check that out. So we don't have it. No, get that out of there. We don't have a fancy little graphic for the field goal, but that's all right. We appreciate the folks at Shelton Outdoor Power for being on board as our touchdown sponsor, and we hope the Cats get a few of those tonight.
Is a proud partner of NSU Athletics. Be sure to stop by the campus store located at 912 University.
This will slow the game down just a little bit as they give them the timeout. Folks watching back home, appreciate those guys. Or listening back home, rather. Cats defense gave up a couple of plays earlier, but able to put a little pressure on. You saw Gator come off the far side. Marquez Hampton put some pressure on, calls the incompletion. And the good stop towards the end of that play on 3rd down by David Voorhees III allowed that. Here's our first look at Obadiah Butler, who is back to return kicks. Should be back there with Ashantis Brooks. Obadiah Butler, to say he has speed, is there. It looks like Darius that is on the far side. So D-Dub back there with him too. Butler wears number 29, and he is closest to that northwestern sideline. Well, they are playing very shallow. They'll drop back and getting ready for the kickoff from Cooper Evans, the junior. That kick is away, and it is going to go to Butler. Butler's got it at the 5. We'll see if Butler's got the speed that we heard about. Butler trying to turn the corner. 10, now 15 is going to be driven out of bounds. And the Cats will be behind the 20-yard line.
Thank you to our pickup sponsor, brought to you by Cross Financial Group. Visit Dustin Cross at 305 Church.
Appreciate you that are here listening along with us. Again, find us in the chat there. Let us know. Eric Howard says, let's go LCU. Queen says, Marquez 41, Big Gator. That's right. Gator don't play no stuff. That's right. The ball will be placed at the 14-yard line, so give him a 9-yard return on that one officially. Cunningham in the backfield with Perk, who wears the number 2, Bryce Perkins. 2 receivers to the near side. That is Omar, and that is E.J. Scott. Darius, the receiver, to the top, and a penalty flag before things get going, and delay a game for the Cats right off the bat will push them back to the 9-yard line. So the Cats behind the sticks now on this one, first time out of the gate. 4-man front for the Demons. They drop really into a 3-4 set. Man coverage here may have some opportunities. First handoff is a Cunningham. He's off the right side. He's going to pick up 3 yards. He'll get back 3 of the penalty yards, but it's 2nd down and 12 now. Datelin now will have their Perkins there at the 13-yard line. 2nd and 12 they go. Perk has it right there. Play action now. Getting pressure and just throws that one away at the feet of Davis. But pressure came off of the side pretty quick. That was a good-looking blitz by Donovan Dozier, the senior. Came off of Perkins' left side before he could really get anything going. Cats are going to have to be able to protect here and give Perk just a little bit of time. Bryce Perkins now moves Cunningham to the right side. Back to pass now. Perkins does a good job of getting the blitz picked up. Throws it in double coverage, and that one is picked off. It's going to be at the 43-yard line. NSU has it to the 20. Now 15, driven out of bounds by Lilly, and that may be a personal foul. At the end of it is not. But that INT there picked off. Bryce Perkins tried to test double coverage, and the safety was just sitting over the top of it and was there for the pickoff. That was Joe Natale, the 6'1" junior that had that. And quickly beginning this drive, Northwestern State is back in the Riverside Hospital red zone. They were held to a field goal attempt a moment ago. Big shout out to our friends at Midwest Sports that are out there listening. 3-0. Northwestern leads this one. Your Louisiana boy says, go Demons. Handoff is there. No play action. Coming to the near side is complete, but brought down immediately. Coming up, making a pretty good play defensively. That's Jaden Jones that comes up. JJ able to come up and leave that with a 4-year. Abram Johnson does a good job of getting that out quickly. Saw the pressure coming, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 in this one. Demon scrimmage from the 12-yard line of LCU. Snap is back. Johnston's going to hand it off to the left side. Hicks has it, cuts back inside, bangs through a couple. And we'll get to the 7-yard line. Zay Davis with the carry there. So Davis, and when we talked to Coach McCorkle, he told us that Davis and Hicks would rotate a good bit. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that. 3rd down now and 3 for the Demons. Here comes pressure up the middle of it. Johnston's going to take and run the option to the far side, bobble around, but going to march into the end zone untouched. Good job of running that one in, and that is Zay Davis. And that is a Shelton Outdoor Power touchdown. They will bring you our touchdowns all throughout the year. Power your way to the end zone. Go by and stop out and see our friends at Shelton Outdoor Power out on Coliseum Boulevard. 9-0. Northwestern leads this one now. PAT is pending. Cats went 3 and out on their only possession of it, and the Demons making great use of the short field there following that 30-yard interception return. So when you start inside the red zone, boy, that'll get you. Snap is back, hold is there, kick is up, and it is Good. 10-0. Demons lead this one early on. Again, want to thank you to our title sponsor of everything that we do this year, Bell Grand. Bell Grand is our title sponsor. Couldn't do anything without those guys. Of course, Explore Alexandria Pineville. You think there's nothing to do in our area? Check out explorealexandriapineville.org, and you'll find out all of it. Of course, Sadler's Towing, sponsor of there. We've got a timeout on the field. That is a tire discount center timeout. So we're getting all of these out of the way early for you, and you'll find out how things go along the way. So it has been all Demons in this one over the first, 5 minutes and 47 seconds. So it was a 3:57 drive to start things off, and that one went about 30 seconds on it. Good crowd has made it here from Pineville. Good looking crowd here. Well, just a beautiful night as I look out across Turpin Stadium. Looking above the trees, I see the place where they have great pretzels across the way. Of course, we were up here in Natchitoches looking around this past Saturday, really enjoyed it. We are on the campus of Northwestern State University. It is Division I Northwestern State and NAIA Louisiana Christian University, and the Cats off of an 8-3 season looking to build on here, and did not start the way that Coach York, who was calling the plays in his first year. He is the offensive coordinator. He is the line coach as well, an associate head coach. And Ben McLaughlin, Coach Ben, giving him the ability to call those plays this year, so we'll see how that goes. Again, Butler and Washington will make their way back out. They come up short just to see Northwestern will bunch up their kickoff team, and then they'll spread out, and that'll push the Demons back a little, or push the Cats back a little bit. Queen says, "Wake up, Wildcats, get in motion. It's game time." That's correct. Set to kick this one off once again is the junior number 17, Cooper Evans. He kicked it to the 2-yard line to Butler last time out. This one flies back, and it's going to go over the head. Obadiah will let that one go. OB lets it bounce into the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback.
First down.
The Cats just went backwards. They had it on the 14, then the penalty. And look, when you're inside your own 15-yard line starting off, that makes things very difficult. Again, a lot of white shirts across from where we are. Perkins and Cunningham back in the backfield. It is Washington the near side, EJ and Omar to the top. EJ out at the numbers and Omar a little bit past that. But it'll be if the Cats can provide some protection. Snap is back now. Datelin's got it off to the right side, then cuts back to the middle. Picks up 3 on the play.
Bryce Perkins.
That offensive line is going to have to fire off the ball just a little bit to give some time, space. And Coach Ben said you're going to have to be able to run the football tonight. Hurriedly to the line they go. Pickup of 2, make it 2nd down and 8. Back to pass is Bryce Perkins. He dumps it out. This time, good looking tackle at the 29. And Datelin catches it but goes down right away. Pass complete and dropped. Looks like Jamal Cooper Jr. came up and made that one. And it's going to be another 3rd down for the Cats. Maybe false start. It looked like the defense jumped, but then Datelin moved when he saw that. So we'll see if they catch Datelin for that. And if it is, well, that makes a difference. Purple-clad Demons are pointing to the Cats, and that is certainly going to be the play. You see the flag pop up there next to our Firehouse Sub sign. Firehouse Subs, the official sandwich of 446 Sports. Don't forget to join us Friday nights for the Freddy's Friday Night Wrap-Up. We'll start that after week 1, that Bryant-Alexandria game. 3rd down now and 12. 2 receivers spread out wide to the top. Washington to the near side. Bryce calls for the ball. Will step back. He's getting a little bit of time. That's complete, and that's a first down for the Cats. It'll be slung down sumo style to the 40-yard line. But that, again, is E.J. Scott, who runs routes as well as anybody does. Also one of those young men from Alexandria Senior High. But that's what you want because that allows you to go tempo a little bit more. Catch to the line with 24 and 23 left on the play clock, so plenty of time. Perkins snaps, calls for it. Perkins going to keep it, and he rolls out. That one is knocked down. Actually, he drops it, and Perkins, it's going to be incomplete. It fell out of his hands on the pump and all the way back to the 26-yard line. So it will be second down and 24 now. My goodness, talk about going backwards.
He goes down to the 27-yard line.
They'll give him the 27. So make it second down and 23. Well, the Cats have been in negative field position on both of their series. Need something big to happen here. Perkins with 2 to this side now. Quick drop back. Good protection. He's got a man. That's E.J. again. Throws it up into triple coverage. And E.J. Scott making a highlight reel catch for the first down to the Demon 43-yard line in the middle of 4 defenders. You got to be kidding me. Here come the Cats. They're moving right to left. Thibodeau switches over to the H-back to the near side in front of Cunningham. 2 receivers to the near side. Washington in the slot to this side. Fakes it there. Sliding catch is... We'll see what the call is. Looked like E.J. They call it incomplete. It looked like E.J. was able to slide under that. He wasn't. If the Cats can answer with this and go down there and make one of these drives, 3-man front still for NSU. Still, Cats unable to run against it. Dayton spinning around out of 3 tackles, but it's going to be dropped. They'll give him about a half a yard loss. And there's a penalty flag at the end of the play. And boy, if that is unsportsmanlike on the Cats, they're going to be in trouble. Did not see the end of the play who it was on. It's going to be big no matter what, but it was a personal foul. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Demons, and that's going to be a big first down for your Wildcats. That's his first of the game, and you keep that because if he gets another, he is out of the game. And you gotta wonder if the Cats can get to their mind a little bit. Boy, this is giving that defense an awful lot of time to rest for the Cats. Coach James Wood and those guys over there getting them going. Congratulations on Bryant Bell coaching the seniors this year, the safeties this year. In his first collegiate game, Perkins calls for it. Handoff is going to be Cunningham. Cunningham cutting to the outside, 25. Now 20 goes Dayton, driven out of bounds, but not before he gets into the Riverside Hospital red zone. Quickly goes tempo for the Cats. Boy, if this isn't week 0 fun, I don't know what is. From the 15-yard line go the Cats. Inside the Riverside Hospital red zone. Perkins calls for the ball. He's looking end zone. He's got a man. A little bit of holding, and that's going to be pass interference in the end zone. And the Cats will be moving again.
There's a penalty marker on the field.
Probably the best thing for it, too, because EJ was breaking open on that corner route to that back pylon. Gave a pretty good inside move. And that one is whistled on Cameron No. Let's see who they whistled that on. Yeah, that is Cameron Norwood. That is whistled for that. The ball will be placed at the 3-yard line where it's going to be first down and goal. Give him the 2 because it was in the end zone. Cats have got to pay this drive off. It has been a pretty good one that started with a touchback. Perkins calls for the ball. Dayton's got it. Dayton to the outside, into the end zone. Touchdown, Dayton. Cunningham, touchdown, Wildcats. And that is a Shelton outdoor-powered touchdown. Touchdowns for the Cats all season long, powered by Shelton Outdoor Power on Coliseum Boulevard. For all of your outdoor needs, go on and check them out. Preston Baker will come on. Mason Abear on to hold. He is the sophomore. trying to get EJ off the field before they kick it. Now that's what Preston will watch him get off the sideline down to 2-1. Snap is back. Kick is up. Hammered through, and it is up, and it's good. What a tremendous drive. It goes 75 yards for the Wildcats. We have 6:11 remaining in this one, but a tremendous drive that was capped off by that big jump by E.J. Scott. That is a Tire Discount Center timeout on the field following that score. Tremendous work. Boy, it's always nice when you get to use the red zone and the touchdown from our friends at Riverside Hospital and Shelton Outdoor Power. We are broadcasting high above the field, live from the Trios press box. So delighted that you could join us. Remember, tune in tomorrow night. Well, not tomorrow night. We start week 1. Tune in week 1 as we are live from the dugouts following the games for the Freddy's Friday night wrap-up. Cats trail this one 10-7 after giving up 10 unanswered. The pick that was there, so a short field. Very pleased with the Cats, the way the Cats responded to that one. Dayton Cunningham picking up his first touchdown of the season. The Cats get theirs as well. So y'all got to bear with me now. We get a little bit excited. Those of you that followed along last season know that we get into our football that we call, and what a better night for it here. 10-7, Demons lead this one. We'll see what the Cats defense is able to do. They're going to have to do something special on this kickoff. The last one had a pretty good return to it. We'll see what Baker is able to do. Again, Doug Gann alongside of Nick Morrow, Brett Stallsby, bringing you the audio-only version of this. If you're on and you're watching or listening to this one, hit that like button for us. We're not going to bother you about subscribing, although if you want to, you can. But make sure you smash that like button for us and leave us a comment. That lets YouTube send this video out to a lot of other folks that are out there. And so we're going to bring you, we will be back in Pineville about 10 days from now when Langston comes to town before going back on the road to Wayland Baptist. So Sooner Athletic Conference play starts right away. But here, it is an out-of-conference game against Division I foe Northwestern State University. The Demons have won one game in the past 4 years, so it's been tough going for them. Baker puts a foot into this one, drives it to the near side, and it's fair caught at the 5-yard line. They are a little bit of poly. I mean, this Demon return guys were just laying on, and he's just now getting up. Didn't see him. That looks to be, it may have been McNeil that was back there that was getting just crushed. Had a couple of Demons kick return guys just laying on him. But here we go. Travell John says, heck yeah, we feel you. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Worst starting field position for the Demons so far in this one. They've got 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Johnston in the backfield. Play action, now back to pass. Here comes pressure along the side. That pass is wide open and complete to the 45. Down to the 45 of the Cats. For Smoke is able to get to him. And that is Moreland that gets that one. Here whistles, but not... Timeout was taken. We'll see who took it. Under 6 minutes. It looks like it may have been... No, we've got an injured player on the field. Looks like a Demon based on the purple uniform, and so that would be. We don't know who it is. We'll check that for you. That is number 9. It looks like that is... I don't think that would be Sears offensively, so no, it's not. Don't want to speculate on it all, but it was a single-digit number, so we'll look and see who that is. A little warm-up here in the Trios press box. We shed the jacket in this one and no jacket. So that is number 8 that is coming off. That is Luke Carter, the junior tight end that was in on that one. But not before a big first down completion out to number 13, Joseph Moreland. So they had 2 tights and threw it to one of them on kind of a drag across the middle. coming up and finalizing that was Jaden Jones. Jaden Jones credited with that tackle.
And sports up. It's first down.
But the Demons are back in Wildcat territory. This time it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Snap is back. Johnson again tries to swing this one out of the backfield. Tremendous hit in the backfield. My goodness. Coming up and making a big-time play. That was exactly what you expect out of Brandon Johnson II. BJ comes up and sees that play. That is a loss of 6 on that play. And look, luckily he caught that ball, did the Demon receiver. Otherwise, that's behind, and that could have been a turnover. It wasn't. They didn't. And it's 2nd down and 16. Ball rests at midfield, right above the state of Louisiana there at midfield. Again, going left to right, the Demons in all purple, Cats in all white. I think our buddy Joey was asking about one of those type of games. Back to pass is Johnson. He's looking for it. That is complete. Dropped it down in the zone. Going to pick up 7 on the play.
Pass is complete.
Demons look to go a little bit of tempo.
Dylan Rhodes.
Rhodes with the completion there.
For the Demons.
That'll be 3rd down. Cats with an opportunity to get off the field. This is big time play right here. We'll see what Johnston and company are set to do. Shifting around a lot. We saw that in practice the Cats were working on. Johnston back there. He's going to keep it up the middle. He's got a lot of room. He's hit there but bounces around and knocked forward out to the 36-yard line. 35, going to be half a yard shy of the 1st down, but you got to believe the Demons have 0 to lose into this one. They've got to get to the 34. Good job on a straight keeper by Abram Johnston just to tuck that in and run the draw. Coming back in,
4th down.
Zay Davis is there. Rushing off the field quickly is Brendan Webb. 4th down and half a yard. Big play here. Johnson with a handoff right side. Stopped initially, but bounces to the outside. Boy, the Cats had initial penetration, but just a great job to bounce it outside and pick that up with Zay Davis. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage, but able to show what Coach McCorkle told us, that he was able to bounce around and get out of there. So move the sticks one more time for NSU. They've got it 1st and 10 from the Cats' 32-yard line. Out to the far side goes Webb, and he is out there with Eugene, Eugene. Handoff goes up the middle, spinning around, getting 10, 12, 15, bouncing out of it. Penalty's going to come down at the end of the play. Maybe a face mask from where that one was thrown. So we'll hold off on getting into the red zone just yet. But where that was thrown, we believe, can only be a face mask at the end of the play. And trust me, I've been wrong a lot and will continue to be wrong a lot until mid-December. The only reason I won't be wrong then is because football will be over. I'll just be wrong in something else at that point. We'll go down to the white hat. Personal foul. Okay, so it wasn't. So the play that you have right there is the helmet came off of Joseph Cryer. And once the helmet comes off, you absolutely have to stop doing anything. When you get continuation of a play, that's going to be a penalty, and it was. And they do that for safety. So the 1st down was made, but that'll push them back. It's 1st down and 13 all the way back to the 35-yard line. Line to gain is the 22. 1st down and about 13 on the play. 3 receivers to the top now for Johnston. He's going to fake the handoff and dip it out, and again, beautiful work. And that is just tremendous work from the defensive side. And Brandon Johnson II just playing possessed out there. The senior free safety coming up, and that's the 2nd swing pass that he has come up and caught in the backfield. Boy, he's got a chance to pick one of those. Let me hear from you in the chat section. Let you know how this first quarter of play is going. 2:23 and counting here. The Demons go left to right. 2nd down. Back to pass is Johnston. Here comes pressure, but he beats it. Across the side, a little drag is complete to the 29-yard line. That'll give them 6. BJ again with the tackle to the 30-yard line they give him. Line to gain on third down is the 22, so third down and 8.
Brings out third down and 8 for the Demons.
Cats have not really been able to get a lot of pressure. Johnson now looking for it all. He's going over the top. Good defense back there, knocked away. What tremendous work by Voorhees out on the near side. And we told you, you got to be careful going to that side. When Voorhees is over there, he is patrolling, and that's just tremendous work.
Fourth down.
We saw in their scrimmage, he came up and made a tremendous interception. Demons will stay out there and go for it on fourth down and 8. Now they switch over. See if they're bringing out the punt team or if they're going to try a long field goal. They are bringing out the field goal unit from 37. This will be a 47-yard attempt. Cats playing safe here, and a timeout was called prior. I think he made that one too. It knuckleballed through the top, just over the goalpost, just over the crossbar there, but it's going to be called back for the timeout. Again, the audio version of it. ESPN Plus has this game. You've got to jump over and subscribe or pay for that. Pay for it and cancel next week. I don't, keep it for a month because ESPN2 the Southern game in week 3 will be down there. I get confused with the week 0. Needless to say, next week is week 1, which is our week 2, which it sounds like the old Common Core math to me. Needless to say, fourth down and 8, back-to-back great stands by the Cats, and they are looking to force the Demons into another field goal attempt. They've already held them to 1, although that last kick did not look good from the left-footed kicker from Northwestern State. Ball spotted at the 37. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Snap is back. Good hold. Kick is up. This is a much better kick. And that one is up, and it's good from 47. A lot of times the kick, the second one around. But, hey, guys, I'll tell you what. You hold them to 2 field goals, and it's just a 1-score game. They've scored on 3 or 4 possessions, but the Cats looked good offensively. If they can put another drive together, there's an opportunity for them to take the lead. It is 13-7. You see that on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Look out and see the baseball field out behind us. Coach Burt and that group do a great job up here. The tennis courts are where we're at. LSMSA, Louisiana School for Math, Science, and Arts, just on campus as we get there. Big shout out to niece Annie, who is down there, up there, whatever she's at. Anyway, over there. Proud Pop sitting there running our clock and our scoreboard for us. Empty nester, we call him. Going left to right in this one, kicking towards that Donald Kelly Athletic Complex. That one now goes over to Washington. Nope, Butler's got it at the 10. Butler now to the 15 and 20. Butler's got a chance to the outside. Butler's got speed to burn. Now 40. Now 50 is Obadiah. And oh, baby, Obadiah down to the 25-yard line of NSU. And that is why you get the young man from Centenary. Wildcats moving. They will scrimmage first and 10 from the 25-yard line of the Demons. And that is exactly why you got the young man out there. Gathers that in, got to the corner, and it was one man to beat. The kicker was basically getting off the field, had to go over there and make that tackle. First and 10 now from the 25-yard line for your Cats. They go right to left and towards that big hill and that big jumbotron. Receiver to the top, 2 to the near side. That's Omar at the top. EJ and Darius to the near side. Snap is back, but it's going to be a handoff up the middle. Datelin grinding forward, and he's out to the 19-yard line. They mark him inside the Riverside Hospital red zone. That is Joe that got it. That is Joe Johnson that has that one new number on him. So Joe's got it again. Joe off the left side. And let me tell you, if those Cats are able to run the football, it is going to be a long night for the Demons. Quickly they go to the line. Third down and 2. Snap is back there. Joe's got it one more time. No, Bryce is going to keep it himself. Puts a head down, gets the first down. Inside the 15 to the 14. First down, Wildcats. We asked Perkins about his number change. Remember, he was 16 last year. He is number 2 this year. I said, what was the reason behind it? He said, and he looked at me pretty intently. He said, I wanted it. All right, there you have it. First down and 10. Perkins, quick hitter over to the far side. Omar's got it inside the 10 to the 5. He'll get all the way down to the 5-yard line, and they're going to mark it for a first down. Second down and a half a yard they give him. Cats moving on down the field here with an opportunity to take the lead in this one or tie it. Perk calls for the ball. Handoff goes up the middle. Joe bounces it to the outside. He's to the 5, inside to the end zone. They're going to be a hold on the play, and that one will come back. You saw that flag come in. Joe Johnson made it into the end zone, but that's going to come back. Holding was called behind the play. That's going to be whistled on Kennison Jefferson, the sophomore guard. Sophomore left tackle. And that'll push the Cats back to the 14-yard line. 15, make it second down and 11 now. You go from second down and short to second and 11. A lot of room for that slant. There's Perkins back to pass. What do you know? It's complete to the far side, spun around and dropped, and he will pick up a couple of yards, will EJ. That will do it for the first quarter of play. Your Cats lead it here 13-7. We're going to step away from the audio with you, and we'll be right back. We're back here getting ready to start the second quarter of play. NSU leads at 13-7. That touchdown off of the short field on the turnover. A couple of field goals. It's got it 13-7. Cats with a 75-yard drive that did it. And now, after a big kickoff run from Butler, trying to get into the end zone, it was a holding penalty on second and short that's got them back here to where they are now. They go left to right now into that Donald Kelly Athletic Complex, over towards the gym. Graduation was over there. Had 2 daughters-in-law graduate over there. Take a look at some of the scores on there. Midland on top of Dixon State. Montana Tech and Ottawa scoreless. University of Central Oklahoma, the D2 school, all over Tex West in this one at the half, 35-0. Kentucky Wesleyan trailing in that one. Kentucky Christian up 42-17. Carroll 13, Montana State Northern 0. St. Thomas on top of Cumberland. Cumberland out of Tennessee, no S on Cumberland in this one. St. Thomas 17-0. Pikeville on top of Sooner Athletic Conference foe Arkansas Baptist. Pikeville's up 14-0 in that one. Lindsey Wilson all over Reinhardt. We've had them picked second behind the College of Idaho. But 45-0, Lindsey Wilson leads that one. We'll have some stats for you. William Penn in a big one. We had them ranked pretty high as well. 21-0 over Graceland. Union Commonwealth getting blown out by Cumberlands of Kentucky with an S. 41-21, that's at halftime. A lot of points in there. Olivet Nazarene up 20-7 over Taylor. I like Taylor in that one, but not doing it tonight. And that, all the scores that you have, that catches you up. on our scoreboard. A lot of them that we're watching tonight, especially that Montana Tech one. Back to live action we go here. We'll have some stats for you momentarily as well. Second down and third down and 9, correction following that. Cats would like to pay this off and not have to settle for a field goal. Attempt back to pass. It's Perkins going for the fade in the end zone. And here comes another penalty in the end zone. The Cats are going to have it first and goal on the 2-yard line. And we tell you, it is difficult to cover. Difficult to cover these LC wideouts. That one is whistled on number 24. Be first down and goal from the 2. Second time that they have been here. Perkins, wide receiver spread out. Handoff goes to Joe up the middle, banging around, spinning around, and into the end zone for a Wildcat touchdown. That touchdown powered by Shelton Outdoor Power. That is the second Cats touchdown, first one of the night for Joe Johnson. Joe, big on that abbreviated drive. The Cats tied up 13 apiece. An opportunity with a Preston Baker PAT to take the lead early on in the second. You're saying there's a chance. Mason Hebert set to hold. Snap is back. Hebert's got it and down. Baker puts a foot into this one, and it will go into the hallway of that building that's out there. Kick is up and good, and what do you know? 14:51 to go in the second quarter, and it's Cats 14, Demons 13. Don't go anywhere. Full moon starting to rise over the sky in the back, and opportunity for a special night here. A lot of football to go, but I like the last 2 drives of the Cats, and they lead it 14-13. Chat, let me hear you celebrate that Wildcat touchdown.
Please join us in recognizing the following individuals as distinguished alumni and members of the NSU School of Kinesiology Advisory Council. Josh Dion with Baton Rouge Physical Therapy. Angel Martin with LSU
Cats will now kick
Sport.
left to right.
Striker Active. Jason Parker and Izzy Caluso.
Baker's hit a couple of them short. The last one resulted in a fair catch. Coach Ben, who is the special teams coach too, is over talking to him a little bit. But the defense has stepped up, special teams has stepped up, and offense has stepped up.
Greg Burke, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation.
Queen letting us hear about it, that's right.
From Rockhurst University. Ladies and gentlemen, a big demon.
D. Holmes says, my bro Brandon Johnson, yeah, he's playing it well. You know he is. Cats feeling a little momentum here as they lead this one 14-13. The difference is finishing drives. They have held NSU to 2 field goal attempts. The short field touchdown following the pick, and that's really the only thing this Cats defense has given up once they settled down from that opening drive.
And Peyton is being honored for the leadership skills she demonstrates both on and off the court. Demon Lamb, please help us give a big Demon.
Guys, we will have our video broadcast. We will be full stream next Saturday as Langston comes to town. Good round of applause for your Cats kickoff team as they make it out here. It's their 3rd time tonight to be on the field. Preston Baker will tee it up from the 35. Back deep to receive is Zay Davis once again. He's back there with Hall. Davis with his heels on the 1-yard line. Baker steps up, rolls this one up, but it is going to go about 3 yards. They will fall on it. And the Cats trying the onside kick, but the ball goes 3 yards. And the Demons will have it 1st and 10 from the Cats' 37-yard line. So that one did not go the way that they wanted, and we've seen them practice that a little bit. We'll see what the officials are talking about here. I don't know that they could talk about anything other than the ball being dead. Let's go down to the white hat.
Offside on the kicking team, 5-yard penalty,
So NSU, by way of an offsides on the kick, the ball was at the 38. So it should move to the 33. We'll see where they mark it. They've got it spotted at the 41. Yeah, the ball will be at the 32-yard line is where it goes. So another short field for the Demons tonight, but the Cats defense has stood up all night long. Field flips now. It is Johnson to the far side as the cornerback. Handoff goes off the left tackle, trying to get to the outside and does. And going to pick up 3. No, correction, they'll give him 7 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. Davis gets all the way to the 24-yard line, nearing Riverside red zone territory. Don't forget, we will name our Southern Air Cool Play of the game and give you those highlights from our man Nick Morrow that is I think he's higher than that water tower that's out in the distance. I don't know. It's maybe not that high, but we are on the 5th floor here at Turpin Stadium. 2nd down and 2. Switching off, good work. Getting in the backfield, and there's Ted. Into the backfield. Ted Jackson goes in there and gets it, and we know that when they bring in that staggered line, the Cats like to go 3. They creep those jack linebackers up. They bring in an extra one, bring in an extra jack linebacker, and they're coming at you. You just don't know which side. That'll erase all of the penalty yards that are on there and make it 3rd down and 11. And once again, Coach James Wood's defense doing big work here. That defensive front line of Coach E. They're playing well tonight. Back to pass. Here comes pressure again. That one is dumped off short and complete. Got a seam. Going to be brought down, but it is a 1st down. Inside the Riverside Hospital red zone. And Davis, they went against the pressure that the Cats were bringing. 14-13, you see it right on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. They lead it there. We'll also have our scout players. We'll talk about that next week. On the Coach Ben Show, back to pass. He's got pressure up the middle, sneaking out of it. Mixon's got to catch him and doesn't. All the way to the end zone. There's a hit, hurtling into the end zone, and down just shy of the goal line. So premature jocularity there with the fireworks folks here. Just marked shy of the goal line, but it'll be 1st and goal. Those of you watching that over on ESPN Plus saw a good one. We'll have that highlight up for you too. The Demons looking to score here to get back in the lead. We play with 12:30 and counting to go until halftime. Looked like it could have been into the end zone. Needless to say, Johnston will try to poke it in. He's carried one from here before. He pulls it, goes in, and it is a touchdown. We saw him. He likes to do that.
Walk into the end zone. Touchdown, team.
Making full use of the LED lights here on this Thursday night. And there go the fireworks after the touchdown. That touchdown is a Shelton Outdoor Power touchdown. We appreciate our friends at Shelton Outdoor Power. You can find them on Coliseum Boulevard in Alexandria. Boats, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, anything you need, they can get for you. 19-14 boats. Did I mention boats? There are a lot of boats in there. I tried to get them to trade, and they wouldn't let me do that. Kick is up, and it bangs off the scoreboard and is good. Williams gives the Demons back the lead, 20-14. And Coach James Wood comes out and talks to him. There's a timeout on the field. That is a Tire Discount Center timeout. Again, I'm Doug Gann with 446 Sports. We are audio only in this one, and Johnston just had everybody diving towards the middle on Davis. They were crashing down, and you're only going to be able to stop one of those plays a half a yard in, and they crashed down on the running back. Johnston was able to pull that ball and get on into the end zone. Let's take a look. These are first staff hats. It was our first quarter stats, and so it's not reflective of the other.
I got a couple of special guests with me.
Zay Davis leads the way with 26 yards on the carries. Datelin right behind him with 23. He's got a touchdown. Zay Davis has a touchdown. 4 guys have carried the ball now. 4.
And the winner.
E.J. Scott leads the way with 2 catches and 46 yards. Omar has a catch. Darius has a catch in this one. Leading the way, Jaden Jones. You don't like to see your safety leading in tackles, though. But he's got 6 of them. Cameron Leonard is there with 4. Brandon Johnson, and he's had some big ones. Warren Scott, the freshman, making some work on the defensive line. And that'll give you an idea of what's going on in our Riverside Red Zone. LCU 1 for 2. NSU 2 for 2. I don't know. That one counted. They weren't 2 for 2 in the red zone because they've got a field goal out of it. And their first one started out. But anyway, total offense for NSU, 19 plays, 103 yards. For LCU, 17 for 80. Bryce Perkins, 5 of 8. That one interception. Johnston, 8 of 10, with just 58 yards and having a pretty good day. So we'll keep you posted on it as we go along. But right here, it is Northwestern 20, LCU 14. They've got 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. Cats have stopped them once. Delighted that you chose to spend your Thursday night with us. Washington comes to the near side, the ever dangerous Obadiah Butler to the far side. Folks are getting a lot of tape on him, and don't expect that a lot of folks will kick to him all year. They come up short. All of that, if you recall, started on the 38-yard line of the Cats following that errant onside kick that only went about 2 or 3 yards, and there was an offside. So even if they had gotten it, they wouldn't have gotten it. D-Dub to the near side, OB to the far side. Kick goes straight up the middle. Butler calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 13. He called for the fair catch and can't go anywhere. They're going to bring him back, and you got to be careful that they don't call a delay on him. You cannot call for the fair catch and advance. That's similar to that continuation that they spoke of, but nothing doing. And that's what Coach McCorkle is wanting, saying, hey, look, he called a fair catch and you stopped it. That ought to be a penalty. And I don't think they're wrong on that. Coach Blaine McCorkle in his 3rd season here at NSU, not happy about that one at all. The Cats will have it from the 25 following the fair catch that was called for and made, and then OB just decided to run off the field. He just went a little closer to the sideline and back up the middle before exiting off to the far side. So there you go. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. First down and 10, going left to right now are the Wildcats. Held a brief lead in this one, 14-13. Try to march back and get this. They'll have to go 75 yards. They did it once earlier. Perkins now calls for the ball. That is Joe. Joe trying to get to the far side again, and he is stacked up after getting back to the line of scrimmage. The Demons came up and made a play. Helmet comes off, so they'll have to swap out. That's going to bring Jared Cooper back into the game as the helmet came on.
Number 7, Cameron Norwood with Florida Demons. Second down.
Second down and 9. Back to pass is Perkins. Little pump fake, and now that one's complete. Davis has it. Omar breaking out of it down to the 34.5-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and inches. Omar does a good job with that spin. Man, he just likes to get it and spin and go. The Cats have got to pay this drive off here. Get the first down and move the chains. When they can get in their tempo, they're good to go. Perkins calls for it. It's Joe off to the right side, and he's got it, and it is a Wildcat first down. Jatarius Johnson has been in there the last couple of drives. EJ now swaps to the far side with Omar. Amarius Davis, the big catch on second down, set up that plunge. First down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Snap is back. Joe's got it again off the left side, and he is going to be down for no gain. Jatarius Johnson. They call him Joe. Second down and 10 from the 38-yard line, 37.5. Play action to Joe. And he's just going to throw that down at the feet of the lineman is Perkins. And he's lucky that he didn't get an illegal touch. If that ball hits one of the offensive linemen in the air, that's a penalty. It wasn't. He didn't. And it's third down and 10.
Perkins' pass is incomplete. Even fans make some noise. It's third down.
Perkins and company look over to the near sideline. Coach York calling in the play. Third down and 10. Have to get into Demon territory for the first. He's going down the line for it. Up the ladder he goes and unable to hang on to that one. Perkins shoots that one high. Intended for...
Fourth down.
Let me get a number there. It was intended for Xavion Butler. X has a new number this year as well. Unable to climb the ladder, and that's going to bring Baker on to punt. Boy, field position-wise, Cats have got to get a big one out of Baker here. He was second-team all-conference punter as a freshman. Snap is back. It's caught there. Baker gets a good, high, non-returnable kick. And the Cats are there to cover. No fair catch is called. And that will start the Demons back inside their own 20-yard line. Boy, that is a dangerous, dangerous play if you're a return man. I know you want to make something happen, but Demons will start this drive. 10:36 to go. Their worst starting field position of the evening. Hot and muggy. 87 degrees here in Natchitoches, Louisiana. 20-14, NSU leads this one. Defense stepped up a little bit here. We'll see what the Cats D is able to do on this one. Johnston back in there with Davis. Brings a man in motion. Now two tights to the near side. Gator creeps up. Good kick out block there. But able to finish this one off the backfield and dropped he goes. Tried to reverse field, unable to do so. Johnston dropped in the backfield. Big time play on the far side. Trying to see who that is numerically that got that one. Linebacker on the far side. That may have been, I don't want to speculate. We'll see who they credit it to. Back to pass is Johnston. Throws this one out, trying to make a move. This time does. Going to be out to the 27-yard line. Oh, they'll mark him at the 29, and it's going to be close. There may be a measurement. No need for a measurement. That is a first down completion. All the way to the 29-yard line. Ball had to just get to the 29, and it does. Great second effort by the Demons, so they're able to keep that Cat defense out there a little while longer. Snap was low, gathered up and dropped down in the backfield. Good-looking work from the far side.
Abram Johnson keeps the ball.
Trace McHugh at linebacker comes up and makes that play.
Brings up second down.
Second down now and 11. Second down and 11. Snap is back. Johnston's going to keep it. He's looking to go down the field. Got a wide open receiver complete to the 41-yard line and driven out of bounds, but another first down pass. And Abram Johnston, and we told you that Coach McCorkle was impressed with second-year starter. This is the first time that the Demons have had a second-year starter in a number of seasons. First down and 10 from the 42-yard line. This one started back inside the 20. Johnston now under center. Fakes a handoff there. The lead man has it. Piling through, and the interior line of the Cats is there. Warren Scott picks up his third tackle of the day. They give Brazel half a tackle as well. Right side of that defensive line has Ted on it. It has Gator on it. Need to come in and do something. They bring kind of a four-man front, sneaking up the backers on this one, trying to bring a little pressure. Johnston back to pass again. That Demons offensive line gives pressure. Defender falls down and going to go into the end zone. That is going to be a 54-yard touchdown pass, and mixed coverage, busted coverage on there. And that is Alexandria Senior High star Jimmy Duncan with a 56-yard touchdown reception. Good to see Jimmy Duncan with a big, long touchdown reception, just not today. That is a Shelton Allen touchdown. And that makes it 26-14. Cats trail in this one after taking the lead. That kick is up, and it is good.
And Hayden Williams, it is good.
Demons have put up 27 in a quarter and a half tonight. The Cats have 14. They've got the ball coming out of this. Don't forget the Cats do get the ball to start the second half. But a lot of football in this one as these two teams are going back and forth. Busted coverage there, had Jimmy Duncan wide open. Jimmy takes it, runs the final 23 or 24 yards into the end zone. Just a reminder, each Wednesday night, Coach Ben McLaughlin joins us at 9 p.m.
Generously donated by Rose Properties to NSU Athletics. And I need y'all to give it up.
Cats trail double digits for the second time tonight. Stuffed on that last drive, had to kick it away inside the 20 to the 18. But that big pass that capped it off. We thought that the Cats would have to get up into maybe the 30s in this one. Looks like this game is going to be a high-scoring affair. The Cats have got to keep scoring to keep up with this Demon offense. That size starting to play a little bit of a difference in there. Butler now to the far side. You know that they've coached him up a little bit. Don't call for the fair catch and then take off running. Butler had a great run back earlier. Thought he was going to bust one. He'll get a couple of them this year. You can put that one on the board.
Once again, a big Demon round of applause for tonight's Stein superstar of the game, soccer forward, Aisha Rollins.
Must be the red hat on the field because, yeah, the red hat's on the field, and that means you got to hang out for a TV timeout. They'll get the Demon kickoff team out there so they're ready to go as soon as the red hat steps away. Again, we invite you to jump into the chat down there. Let us know who you're cheering for and who you're watching. This is going to be a thriller. We've got a lot of work to do as that full moon makes its way high into the sky here in Natchitoches. It is 8:11 Central on your Thursday night. Full scope of football for you all weekend long. Jamboree action in high school. Pineville takes on Lake Charles Prep tomorrow night. Menard and Winfield do battle Saturday. Grant and Tioga tomorrow night. That kick is back and chasing Butler back. Bounces around and goes into the end zone for a touchback, and the Cats will start at their own 25. Cats have got to keep answering,
First down, Wildcats.
Just the one turnover on the night. That was that interception by Perkins earlier in the game. That Demon defense has stiffened up the last couple of times. They have scored 14 unanswered to answer the Cats 14 and get back to a 13-point lead. Snap is back. New quarterback in there, slung around and out of bounds, and that is Phillip Jones the second. PJ is in there with Datelin Cunningham. Boy, they sprint Thibodeau out to the slot on this one. Watch for PJ to use his feet. PJ runs a little bit better. Empties the backfield out. He's going to take this one up the middle. Designed quarterback draw to the 32-yard line, but it's going to bring up another third down for your Wildcats.
Number 12, Philip Jones, keeps it. Even fans, make some noise. It's
Cats have got to convert here. They send Cunningham out in motion. PJ's got it. He's looking to sling that one. Incomplete. No flag on the play as EJ was covered up. And that's going to be another stop, and the Cats are going to have to kick it away again.
broken up by number 14, Joe Natale for the Demons.
Joe Natale there on defense brings Baker back out there. Cats have really been unable to do anything most of the second quarter. They got that touchdown with just a few seconds into the second. Since then, it has been all NSU here in the second, the last, 5-6 minutes or so. Baker gets a foot into that one, trying to get it to turn over. Going to be returnable. Ball's caught at the 23. And there's that Demons punt return team, or the Cats punt return team is right back on it. And that's the way you play your way onto the bus. Flag lays at the 50-yard line. We'll see if it's an illegal block that may push. Holding has been whistled against Northwestern during the kick, so it won't turn anything over. They will retain possession. But that is Ben Bienvenu that is whistled for the hold on special teams, so that'll push the Demons back 15. Half the distance is where they'll go. So they'll start this one from the 13. Second drive that they started from inside the 20. The last one went 82 yards for a touchdown. This one starts at the 13. So Philip Jones came in for a series and unable to really get anything going. A 3-and-out, back-to-back 3-and-outs for the Cats. This drive is crucial. They've got to get a stop. Johnston back to pass, pumps it there. He's scrambling to the near side. They're going to dump that one off complete. Spun around. Gator's going to slam him down, but not before he gets out to the 30-yard line. And the Cats are able to either get pressure or they're able to contain the edge, and they've not been able to do both of those on the last 2 or 3 drives.
Works up. That's going to be another Demon first down.
Ball rests just outside the 30-yard line. First down and 10 go the Demons. A 3-man front carrying the load and a timeout is going to be whistled. So Coach Ben and the Cats are going to talk about it. That is a Tire Discount Center timeout. If you're looking for tires and you want honest, truthful, fair pricing and great service, check out Tire Discount Center. They're at the end of Coliseum Boulevard. Well, I guess which way you're going. In Alexandria, they're at the end of Coliseum Boulevard. That'd be Highway 28 going there. Anyway, you get the point. Just on a service road. Go in there and you tell them that you heard about them on 446 Sports. It is a Tire Discount Center timeout. We'll take it with them. Back to work we go here. First down and 10 for the Demons as they go right to left. Ball rests at the 30-yard line. 5:58 remaining in the first half. Play action there. Here comes good pressure, having to dump it off again. The pressure was there, but the contain. Big time work. Caught by the tight end who just dropped out. And so the blocking back drifts out and nobody. That was Matt Gower, G-O-W-E-R. So the tight ends are doing big work tonight here for Northwestern State. Ball rests at midfield, first down and 10. Handoff goes up the middle. Cats are there to stop, and it'll be second down following no gain. Second down and 10. That inside run the Cats have been pretty solid on. Where the problem has happened is the Cats bring pressure, and Johnson has a safety valve or a check down receiver that he's able to get it off to, and it's been big chunks of yardage for the Demons following that. But offensively, the Cats are going to have to get it going. Handoff comes to the near side. No, it's a play action giving chase. There's Oglesby. He gets out of the tackle of Oglesby. There's a block in the back. Nothing called. And Coach Wood on the far side is flat fired up following that one. Oglesby almost had him. There was almost a block in the back, none of which happened. It all amounts to a third down and short. Got to believe 4 down territory here for the Demons outside the 42. Snap is back, play action, quick hitter over to the near side. Doesn't matter, complete for the first down. And that is there to Dylan Rhodes. Rhodes getting a few catches in this one. Demons would like to add on a touchdown here before they go to the break. 4:06 remaining in the first half.
That's going to be another Demon first.
Appreciate you, Joey. Appreciate our buddy from Midwest Sports out there listening. He's got a big trip planned for this weekend. He'll be up in Sioux City, Iowa on Saturday, having a live show starting around 4:30. Never know who you might see on that one. First down and 10. Go the Demons. High snap, but Johnson able to pull it down. He's going for everything again. Little stutter step and nothing doing. Demon fans wanted hold on the outside, but nothing doing there. It looked like Simmons, the redshirt freshman, back in coverage, but
second down and
did I tell you we're a long way up here?
For the Demons.
Second down and 10. Clock runs under 4 minutes, and the Demons are content to run a little time here in this one. They don't want to give the Cats quick strike offense any opportunity. Ball rests at the 38-yard line. They spread a receiver out farther. That is Jimmy Duncan in the slot. Snap is back. Johnson rolls that way. A little trickeration coming. Cats sniff it, but unable to get there. Good tackle to the 31. And
Jimmy Duncan carries the ball for the Demons.
Jimmy gets the end around on that one. Trace McHugh comes out, delivers a pretty good shot to get Duncan down, but it is going to be 3rd and 2 on the play. Ball sits at the 30. Line to make is the 28, just past the 28.
Third down.
Demons from here have tried a field goal before, but a lot rests on this third down play. Johnston keeps it, dumps it off. That play has just been dynamic for NSU tonight. That little quick hitter following the blitz. They're allowing the Cat defenders to get some pressure and just dump off the little floater there on the outside. And that's a Northwestern State University first down. Cats would so like to get a stop here with 2:40 and counting. We told you they get the ball to start things off in the second half, but want to avoid going down 3 scores here. First down and 10, going right to left. Play action, Johnston pulls and throws again, and that little waggle to the tight end is complete for another first down and inside the Riverside Hospital red zone. Matt Gower with his second completion on this drive alone.
Demon first down.
You heard it over the public address here. That is a Demon first down inside the 15 to the 14. The Demons slowly walking off. Look like they're going to have a timeout here. That is the 2-minute timeout. 2-minute timeout. We'll take it with them. A lot to go here before we get to halftime. The Cats have got to stiffen up here. At least hold them to a penalty, or hold them to a field goal. We'll be back. We're back here, and apparently he has to hear it. They are getting fired up there on this Demon student section. And the last 2 or 3, 4 seasons don't matter. They're looking to go 1-0 for the second straight season. Cats have every member of the offense out there, or every member of the defense, talking about this. That was a complete team meeting with those guys. When we come back from the 2-minute timeout, and we are making our way back out now, Northwestern will have it. First down and 10 from the 14-yard line. They are in the Riverside Hospital red zone. Johnston back in the shotgun now. Has Davis playing to his left. Snap is back. Fake the little dump off and go middle screen this time, and it's complete. Ball is lost. Demons with a chance to fall on it, and they do. It's just a matter of, did he fall on the one or in the end zone? They're calling a touchback, and the Demons stiffen up that the Cats defense. Cats defense stands tall. So the Cats will have 1:53 before halftime. They'll get the ball out at the 25. And boy, what a difference that makes of that ball rolling into the end zone and covering up versus being on the 1-yard line or so. That is another big stop for this LCU defense. Now we'll see Perkins and company are able to do. Perkins back in there. Darius to the far side. EJ and Omar to the near side. Snap is back. Perkins getting pressured up the middle. He's got to spin around, and he's going to get sacked for a loss of 5. Maybe 6, depending. No, they'll give him 4.5. They were looking to develop a play that made it down the field, but offensive line unable to hold out that Demon pressure, and now a loss of 4, make it second down and 14. Perk calls for the ball. Quick hitter this time, looking for the stop route to Darius, and there's a helmet thing. Oh, a Demon just hit a Wildcat with the helmet in the head as the helmet came off. He hits Javante Roberts in the head with the helmet. My goodness. Pulled the helmet off and just, wow. That's got to be an ejection, I've got to believe. We'll see if they call it offsetting, but the shot with the helmet at the end of it pulled Tay's helmet off and hit him with it up above the shoulder pad. You got to be kidding me. We'll let them get this one sorted out. It may be offsetting. We'll have to see. But an ugly scene down there on that one. And Coach Ben, they're going to, yeah. They'll give that on 74. That's good. Yeah, that's right. He should have been ejected out of the game. That is Camarion Ivory. Camarion Ivory is ejected from the game for literally swinging the helmet. Gotta be kidding me. They're calling it 74. I thought it was on Javante. If that is, that's Gotro that he had. We'll see if that lights a fire on the Cats a little bit there. But Ivory is gone for the rest of the game. New rule, though, in college football. In Division I, he'll be able to come back and play next week. Perkins on second down and 14. Calls for it and has it. Going down the field. Got a man, and EJ gets spun around, unable to get to it. Intended for EJ Scott. Good coverage down the field by Joe Natali. Natali has been everywhere. They may want to go a different side.
Brings up 4th down.
So 4th down for the Cats. And they'll have Baker on to punt. He stands on the 1-yard line. Preston Baker Needs to have the punt like he had in OPSU out at Panhandle State. Hit that one about 70. A lot of roll to it, but it doesn't matter how it gets there. Demons showing a little bit of pressure. Snap is back. Baker's got it. It's going to be a penalty. We'll see if it was offsides. Fair catch called for and made. And there's going to be a personal foul on the far side of it. This thing is getting ugly, folks. Ugly early.
There are multiple flags on the play.
It's going to all be post-possession, so Northwestern will retain the football, we believe. We'll go down to White Hat and let him tell us about it.
Offside, number 6. Receiving team, 5-yard penalty. First down, Northwestern.
All of those flags out, and it was just offsides, so they'll tack it off on the end of the run. So instead of starting at the 42, they'll start at the 37. He's getting chippy down in the trenches. Actually, they did not step it off. So the ball sits at the 42. Cats have held strong. They had a turnover on the last drive. They've got to survive this final minute 9 and get to the break. Just down 13. New quarterback in there is going deep. Good coverage down the way. But in at quarterback now is number 2. That is Zach Wilkie.
Zach Wilkie's pass is incomplete.
Incomplete. Had man-to-man coverage down the side. But good job by David Voorhees on the far side. Halftime coming up in about a minute. Cats have battled field position woes this entire second quarter. Seemed like the Demons have had it the bulk of this quarter. Wilkie steps up in the pocket, dumps that one off. It is complete for a first down for NSU. Out to the 44-yard line. Clock will stop to move the chains. Jimmy Duncan once again on the reception. Jimmy having a big game. He's got a touchdown tonight. That's his second catch, and he's carried the ball. Wilkie back to pass. He's looking for it all again. We're going to get roughing the passer as Oglesby comes in and takes a couple of steps and hits Wilkie. So it's complete, and they'll add 15 yards onto the end of that. My goodness. That's just a mishap on Oglesby, who took 2 or 3 extra steps and put a lick on Wilkie.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 11, Eaton. 15-yard penalty after the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So it's an automatic first down, which doesn't matter because the completion was a first. From the 34, they'll go to the 19, and that puts them inside the Riverside Hospital red zone. Don't forget, we are broadcasting live from the Trios Press Box, not the Trios Press Box, the Trios Press Box. We are brought to you by Bell Grand Lanyap Home Care. Couldn't do anything without the great support. Wallace Eye Associates, of course, Sadler's Towing, Walk-Ons, Freddy's. Back to pass goes Wilkie once again. Wilkie's got to step up in the pocket. Boy, he's shifty in there. Ball on the ground again, and the Cats have it. The Cats have it. The Cats have it. Still 19 seconds remaining, but that is back-to-back turnovers in the red zone by the Cats defense, and that's all you can ask for out of James Wood, Eric Morris, Bryant Bell, those guys defensively, their coaches. Good work to get in there and strip that ball at the end. Well, this is where you'd like to slip one. Xavion Butler comes to the near side. He is a speedster. He can get down. So they brought the extra lineman in, extra blocking back. They're going to try to get the 2 wideouts down the field. Instead, they hand it off, getting to the corner, rushing around. Going to be at the 21-yard line. They'll stop. They'll keep the clock going. 10 and 9 and 8 for Dateland with that big run. We'll see if the Cats just go to halftime and I think they will. 3-2 and 1, and that's going to do it here for the first half of play. Been an interesting one. Demons up by 2 touchdowns, but could have been a little bit worse in this one as the Cats get 2 red zone turnovers here. LCU will have the football when they come out of halftime. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. You're listening to LC Wildcat Football on 446 Sports. We'll go away with the audio during halftime and be back. Welcome back, Wildcat fans. Getting ready for second half action. We'll have some stats for you, but let's take a look to check out things around the NAIA. Midland 14, Dickinson State nothing. Montana Tech. This is as big of a game on a Thursday night as you'll find. Ottawa out of the Sooner Athletic Conference up to take on Montana Tech, and the Ore Diggers lead that one 14-0. University of Central Oklahoma, the Division II team, all over Sooner Athletic Conference foe Texas Wesleyan 59-7. We'll get back to those in just a minute. I seem to have messed up my scoreboard. Again, it's been a story of time of possession and passing yardage by the Demons. We'll get back to those scores for you now real quick. Kentucky Christian, they moved to 1-0. They beat Kentucky Wesleyan 44-24. Lindsey Wilson with the 52-24 win over Reinhardt. Cumberland's out of Kentucky on top of Union Commonwealth 41-28. Midland, we told you, on top of Dickinson State 14-0. Don't have anything from Marion and University of Indy. So we'll check on that. But anyway, that is a look around the NAIA. Let's take a look at some stats. The telling tale on here, 331 yards of total offense for NSU, 105, and it all came on that one drive by the Demons. Time of possession, they said you can't always tell by that. You can in this one. NSU has had it 21 out of 30 minutes. The Demons have had it just 9 minutes on there. Coach told us they've got to be able to run the ball, and we'd be okay tonight. 2 yards a carry is all that the Wildcats have. 16 rushes, 32 yards, 84 yards for NSU. But it's been on the back of the quarterback for Northwestern State, Abram Johnston. Johnston having a pretty good game, 18 of 21 for 225 yards, the 1 touchdown, and 59 yards. And that was to Alexandria's own Jimmy Duncan. So Jimmy Duncan with the big touchdown there. Jimmy Duncan has also carried the ball 1 time for 8 yards, but Jimmy leads the way. 2 catches, 71 yards, and the lone touchdown via the air. Coach Ben, we see him on the sideline pointing out some things and said, hey, I just need you guys to watch this. This is what I need you to keep an eye on. Hop back in the chat, folks, and help us out during this second half. We are about a minute away from this kickoff. The Cats took the lead 14-13 in that game, went for the onside kick. It only went about 3 yards, and they were offsides. And 14 straight rolled off after that by Northwestern State University here in Natchitoches to take that 27-14 lead. 2 field goals and 3 touchdowns for the Demons, 2 touchdowns for your Cats. If you're still out there listening, make sure you hit that like button and leave us a comment. Let us know who you're cheering for back home. I know our buddy Joey is there. I told him to watch out for this comeback that's coming, and I invite you all to do that. Or did I say listen back for it? I don't know about watch. Set to get things going here in the second half of play. Cats trail this 27-14. The community is doing well out there in the chat, and we appreciate that. Demons will spread it out and get ready to kick this one off. Kickoff specialist is Cooper Evans. Kicks off and punts, does Cooper. Puts a foot into this one. It is a line drive that's going to make its way to the corner and go out of bounds, and the Cats will start with great field position here, and they're going to have to execute something. They started the last couple of drives down in the red zone. We are high above Turpin Stadium in the Trios press box. I am Doug Gann alongside of Nick Morrow and Brett Stallsby. Of course, we are brought to you by Bill Grand, Lanyap Home Care, and a host of others helping bring this to you. Check out the Sadler's Towing scrolling scoreboard. You see some of those other games that are underway. Of course, the Wallace-I Associates scoreboard tells you it is halftime. Coming out of half, 27-14. The Cats try to get back going. They'll do it with a 3-receiver set to the far side. Perkins calls for the ball now. Handoff is going to be there quick hitting run. That may be, I have to look. That's a new running back that's in there.
Bryce Perkin hands off to number 23.
No, that is Datelin. That is Datelin Cunningham.
Brought down on the play
Midwest
by
Sports
Dave
Net tells us, go
Williams.
Cats. There you go. Claws up, they say. Out to the 42nd down at 5. Now motion goes to the far side. Back to pass. It's Perkins. This time he's scrambling out of the pocket. He's got a man wide open. It is complete for the first down. Steps out of bounds, but it is down to the 41-yard line. Give him the 40. 45 is where he's at. The 45-yard. It'll be 1st and 10 following that completion to Xavion Butler. Has that one. And a commercial is going on down there during the game while the game's going on. Handoff there up the middle and going to be slung down backwards, loss of a yard. But a commercial playing over the Jumbotron there had everybody kind of standing wondering what was going on. They will give him loss of about half a yard. It's going to be 2nd down and a long 10. Ball rests just between the 46 and the 45. Line of gain is the 30. Perkins claps, calls for the goal, straight drop. Another quick hitter. This time, Omar's got it. Omar's going to be stopped shy of the 36. He'll make the 37, but Omarius has it. And you know it's 4-down territory down here. Ball rests at the 37-yard line. Cats trying to go with a little bit of tempo. Ball not set just yet. Omar now goes to the slot. Boy, that's a dangerous place for a DB when you put Omar on him in the slot. Look for something down the field. Handoff is there. Right up the middle he goes. 35, now 30. To the house. Can you say 10, 5, touchdown. Datelin Cunningham, touchdown Wildcats. That is a Shelton Outdoor touchdown. That'll get the Cats back to within one score. 27-20 PAT from Preston Baker is pending, but Dalen Cunningham just went off left side, breaks to that initial surge, and was actually untouched as he makes his way to the house, all the way through the Riverside Hospital red zone and in to the end zone for a Shelton Power Outdoor touchdown. Snap is back, kick is up. It's a one-score game here quickly, just a couple of minutes into this one, 2 minutes and 6 seconds to be exact, and it is a Tire Discount Center timeout.
All right, D-Man. Y'all have a chance to dance for your dinner. Fruitcake. Take it away, DJ.
They're having a dance-off there, dance for your dinner, indeed, and we're seeing the winners down on the Jumbotron down there, and it looks like they're going to win it, that group. Did a little, what was that, dirty dancing, and that, just the part with the lift was what it was, so that was cool, I guess, and that winner, chicken dinner, for lack of a better word. Cats right back in it now, trailed by 14. They're 13 at the break. They have got back to a one-score game as we turn the clock to 9 o'clock on your Thursday evening. Baker set to kick off now, puts a foot into this one, kind of a squibber. He doesn't need to kick that and out of bounds. And boy, back to back, and he just gets leveled. There's going to be a personal foul whistled. So it went out of bounds, but I mean, Baker just got flat blind side hammered. And this is terrible, the fouls that we've seen tonight in this. My goodness. That ought to be half the distance twice to the goal line. Baker just got lit up. Blindside block around the 39-yard line against the Cats kicker. And you saw the ejection earlier from Northwestern with the player that hit the Cats player with the helmet, and now just a miserable blindside block, a blatant attempt to try to hurt him. He's up. He's looking good. They're trying to sort things out. All the while, Cats defense put on a show at the end of the first half, late in the second quarter, with a couple of red zone turnovers. A lot of times this thing works itself out where they offset. We'll see. And it does. That was a kickoff out of bounds, yeah. Penalty was called on Jackson King, and because it was the kickoff out of bounds, so they won't have the distance on it because the penalty came on the kickoff out of bounds, Preston will have to come back out and re-kick it. But it was dead ball, so they're going to move it up. So the kickoff out of bounds, so Preston will be kicking from the 45-yard line. Normally, he's had the range to get it back into the back of the end zone. We'll see if this one you just take and you just drill it. We have seen the Cats work on this situation, some short kicks. Personal foul penalties continue to rack up for NSU. Queen is watching with us, and she's watching her son Gator out there, and that defense for the Cats looking pretty good. Baker puts a foot into this one and does drive it out of the end zone. Went 9 yards deep, rather. And again, they're after Baker. I don't understand that. They are good. They have gone after Preston twice on consecutive plays. And, boy. Needless to say, we're back to the 25-yard line following that touchback. The Demons will go left to right in this one. Coach Ben, the one thing he talked about was Baker staying out of that, getting in a bubble, because he's their only choice right now at kicker. First down and 10. Johnston, who had a tremendous first half. Abram Johnston in there at quarterback, under center this time. Calls for it, handoff to the left side. Breaking up the middle, got a chance out down at the 40. Good job by the Cats to cut him off at the 40-yard line. But Zay Davis was off and going, and there's a Cat down on the field. They'll take an injury timeout. We'll get an idea who it is. It looks like Brandon Johnson is who that looks like that's down, or David Voorhees. That's David Voorhees the third that is shaken up, and Matt will come out. He's the good thing about this is they're out stretching the toe, and that lets you know that he's cramped up a little bit. And look, this humidity and this heat tonight, they've practiced in it, but the days of getting acclimated, I don't know necessarily happen. Quick look at the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard shows the NSU 27, LCU 21. High school action going, and that is David Voorhees the third making his way off following the cramp, walking off on his own. So he'll be off a play and come back. Got to get over there and get hydrated though and get that out of you. Defense needs to bend their backs right here and get off the field and give that offense a chance to go back out there once again. 12:51 to go. Don't forget, coming up is our Southern Air Cool Play of the Game, our Sabine State Bank Player of the Game. We'll have all of that for you. Back to pass is Johnston. He's going over the top. Got a man, and they go right over. Oh, tremendous work defensively coming out there. They went right at the vacant. And there's a penalty flag that's coming in, too, at the end of the play. Maybe taunting is what it was at the end. Coach Ben quickly going out there because and that was Brandon Johnson who gets taunting following that. And Brandon Johnson the second with the 15-yard penalty following the tremendous coverage. And quickly, Coach Ben went over and talked to him and said, look, have a great play and get back in there and play some more defense. That is not what the Cats needed. This thing is getting a little ugly on both sides of it. First time out of the gate for these two teams this year, and they're just glad to be hitting somebody besides himself, but it has been kind of chippy. Ball on the ground, picked up. Johnston going over the top. Got a man in the seam, diving catch, in and out of the hands, and no good. But tremendous job there by Abram Johnston to pick that ball up, bouncing it off this turf here at Turpin Stadium.
Intended for number 3, Brendan Webb.
Webb had a shot at it, but trying to thread the needle. And Johnston with a pretty good arm. I see why Coach Blaine McCorkle went the route of that young man. Welcome back to folks that have been watching from the first half. You see it right. It's 27-21. Cats took their opening possession down and scored. Play action. There's that middle screen again. Got to come up and make a tackle. There's going to be a holding back in the backfield. Maybe a personal foul. This, when I'm telling you, it's getting ugly, folks. You can't see the way that I'm seeing it. But you got to take our word for it. These two are, there's no love lost. This is the first time these two units have played since 1968. You heard me, right? 1968.
Number 71, offense, 10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty on Logan Brady for holding, and it was more of a, normally you'll see when there's a hold that they just grab the guy from the inside. This time he's more laying on him than anything else. I appreciate Tutti over there for being privy to, or being a part of our demonstrations here. You think I talk with my hands a lot when we're on video? Even radio does it, or audio only. Following that big penalty, it is 2nd down and 30. 2nd down and 20. Quick hitter. This side is picked off. He's going to go now 30, 20, pick 6, score it. Cats, are you kidding me? Jump the route there. Beautiful work. Give Presley in the game. That is Ernest Mitchell, the quarterback, comes up, jumps that Johnston pass, and houses it. How about that, Wildcats? 27-27. Preston Baker, PAT pending. Boy, that is quickly. That is our first Shelton Outdoor Power defensive touchdown, and the Cats pick it up. They had an interception thrown early by Perkins, but that time, my goodness, great work. Jumped the route. They tried to throw that short little pass again, but Ernest Mitchell comes up, grabs that, and goes 42, 43 yards for that. We'll get officially on there. Cats led at 14-13. They've got an opportunity to lead it at 28-27, pending this PAT from Baker. Kick is up, and it is good. And that is Baker that has that one up, and it is good. And listen to the Pineville faithful over there that's cheering on the folks that made their way up from all over to cheer on their LCU Wildcats. They see them up over Division I NSU 28-27, 12 minutes to go. So we started this thing at halftime some 3 minutes and 3 seconds ago, 27-14. 3 minutes, 3 seconds. Cats put an offensive touchdown. They put a defensive touchdown on the boards. How about that? Pick 6. That's already an opportunity for our Southern Air cool play of the game. And hopefully our man up in the camera, the Eagle Eye, got that one, no doubt about it. Can't wait to see these after the game's over. No, I'm going to sleep. No, I'm not. I'll get back and watch this thing as well again, just like you folks did. Cats lead it. Cats lead it. We told you to stick around for the comeback. That one is going over to the corner. May go out of bounds again. Bounces and checks up and goes right into the end zone. And I'm telling you, if that sits around there another minute or so, and let's look at Baker just pumping the fist right there. He's like, yeah, that's what we wanted to do. Put a little draw on it.
Rolls into the end zone.
Cats lead it 28-27. 3 minutes gone in the third quarter of play. Just a ton of football. How do they respond to it? Because we saw them take a 14-13 lead after trailing in that one. Fought all the way back, and it has been defense, defense, defense for the Cats tonight. Yes, I know they gave up 27 points so far, but the Cats defense gets them right back in it. Snap is off. Handoff to the left side. Spreading around past him. Oh, there's going to be a quick strike to the 45, now 50. One man to beat, blocking downfield, driven out of bounds. But that is an electric 70-yard run for the Demons. Zay Davis just shot out of a cannon right there. Gets into the Riverside Hospital red zone. And luckily was driven out of bounds. And that's what I like the most is that young man didn't give up on that play because you never know what happens. The Cats have had 2 turnovers in the red zone defensively, and so anything can happen. But we were worried about would their defense be able to come out there yet again and make another stop. Still inside the Riverside Hospital red zone. Johnston now, handoff left side. Inside work again, that defense for the Cats. Up to the task.
Hands off to number 7, Zay Davis.
Look, I'm telling you tonight that
2-yard gain on the play.
the Cats defense has been there. A couple of yards on it. 2nd down and 8. Line to gain is the 5-yard line. So they scrimmage the ball at the 13. 1 receiver to the top, 2 to the near side. Duncan at the slot for Northwestern. Davis flanked to the right side of Johnston. He gets it. He's going right up the middle, and there's going to be a hold, so it'll all come back. It'll all come back. When you see it thrown to the middle linebacker spot, it's going to be a hold, and that'll back it up. They will whistle number 50 with that one. That is the center, Caleb Billiot. It gets that penalty whistle. Pushes it back 10 from there. It'll be 2nd down, and let's see, they've got to get 15. They've got to get to the 5. They're at the 23, so 18. 2nd down and 18. Johnston back to pass. He's going to keep it. He's going to find nothing at all but a host of Cat defenders there.
Keeps the ball.
McHugh is having himself a game out there at linebacker.
There's McHugh and Christian Doyle on the stop.
Christian Doyle out there with him. Trace McHugh. Christian Doyle. Cats defense, can they come back out and do it one more time? Ran that long run down to save it, and we told you anything can happen. Jimmy Duncan in the slot, keep an eye on him. They like to go to him here. They'll spin around, pressure again. That's John. Gets it off, and down he goes. Big time stop, but pressure on the far side by Jonathan Moore-Leday. John says, look, you got to have a lot of size to play that defensive line. John says, well, I'll see your 5'7", and I'm going to come get you. Way to go, Jonathan Moore-Leday. Good work on the far side coming up and making that tackle, too. Goodness gracious. It is 4th down and 17. NSU trying to get the lead. This will be a 39-yarder from the left hash. He missed from this before the timeout earlier. Kicks that one. It's going to be up, and it's good. So, Northwestern gets the 3, and the LED lights are a-flashing. We told you the Cats would need to get into the 30s to win this game. We may adjust that up a little bit to 40. But that is 3 field goals that the Cats have forced tonight. 3 field goals, and that's the difference in this one. Demons have managed to grab on to 9 points.
To claim your prize, the winning ticket in the exchange blank split the pot is ticket number 000444.
Cats trailed this one 30-28 after flurrying back with a couple of touchdowns. But I'm telling you, we are 6 minutes and 6 seconds into this, and we've had 17 points.
Save the date. Northwestern State basketball.
Cats are back at home next Saturday. They welcome in Langston in their first game, first Sooner Athletic Conference game this season.
December 6th. Single game tickets will also be available beginning October 1st. For more information, call 318-357-4268.
This Demon crowd, they've got a lead 30-28 for their team, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of nervous energy because the Cats have shown their ability to score in bunches. Well, I'd love to see OB take this one back. Obadiah Butler led Division III in return yards last year, was number 4 in all-purpose yards as a return man. We've seen the speed that he's got. I'd like to see him turn one over. They are kicking away from Darius. Butler comes to the near side. See, that may be Ashantis Brooks up at the top. No, that's Butler at the top. We'll see who that is to the near side. That is Ashantis Brooks. He was 27 last year. He is 26 this year. So Brooks is to the near side. Butler's to the top. Kick goes back deep, and they'll let it go over their head. Lands 2 yards deep at the outline of the word Demons in the press box, or in the end zone, whatever it is. Speaking of press box, did you know that we're broadcasting live every game we do from the Trios press box? Boy, that throat is not back in playing shape quite yet. Got another big one tomorrow night at Zachary, but we'll be all over the place. So check out YouTube. All of our games will be streamed on YouTube. They will not be on Facebook due to Facebook deleting all the stuff they do. Perk has it. Handoff is there. Banging forward. The Cats are starting to run the ball. That's just a couple of yard game, but you remember Datelin with the other one.
Handoff to number 23, Dawson Cunningham.
And Perkins signaling over to the sideline that he can't hear the play coming in. He switches Grayson Thibodeau over and brings Gavin Lilly, the right tackle, over to the left side as left tackle, and they block this way. Oh, Perkins keeps it himself, makes a nifty move. Bryce Perkins, 30, now 35. Good block, 40, and out of bounds at the 42-yard line. First down, Wildcats. Boy, they moved everybody to the left side, even Gavin Lilly faked the play and went back the other way. Omar now comes all the way out to the numbers. Butler is in the slot, part of a 3-man set to the near side. Perkins wanting the play clock reset, and they bump it to 25. Under 8 minutes to play in this one, in this third quarter. Motion comes to the near side. Perkins with a lot of time. Throws a long pass out. Butler has got it. Complete to the 47-yard line. Well, that is a strong, strong throw. And we've got a Demon down on the turf. And so they'll pause for just a little bit of time. The Cats offense has been, what's that word? Oh yeah, pretty efficient here in the second half. We have just now reached the halfway point of the third quarter. Goodness gracious. So delighted that you picked this up. Look, tell your friends and family to get on board. This final 22 minutes or so is going to be pretty good. NSU leads it by 2. They've got 3 field goals on the day to go with their 3 touchdowns. The Cats have 4 touchdowns on the day. The end of that second quarter, things got a little testy for the Cats. Went in at halftime and righted the ship.
Head coach Blaine McCorkle every game week at Flying Hard Brewing and Pub in Natchitoches. For insights, reflections, and updates on NSU football. For more information, please call 318-357-5251.
Big shout out to our community out there. Queen M41 letting folks know about it. Charlotte Mask Arnett is out there. Cats won the Demons won their home opener a year ago. That was their only win of the season. Cats lost out of the gate to McNeese. Coach Ben, not shying away from D1 opponents, comes out. He's got NSU tonight, and he's got Southern in week 3, because it's our 4th game, but week 3. Next week, though, the Cats at home before they go on the road in back-to-back weeks. Of course, Midwest Sports is in there. We appreciate those guys. Shalonda Jackson letting us know she's watching. D. Holmes says, come on, LCU. Travell John says, heck yeah. We cleaned it up for you, Lo. I don't know if that was bad, but what the heck. I'm Doug Gann alongside of Brett Stallsby, Nick Morrow, Coach Ernie Lott, somewhere around here. High atop Turpin Stadium and the Trios press box. Have you went by Trios lately? You need to go by there. They're on Versailles in Alexandria, close to the gas station that's down there. Go by there. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. New menu items. Go by there and check out their special. Tell them you want the 446 Sports special, and you'll see what you get that night. Second down and 4 to go for the Cats. Have to get the ball just over NSU territory. Perkins brings Thibodeau out in the pattern. That one is dumped into the backfield. Cats are going to lose a couple of yards there. Just couldn't get to the corner in that side-to-side speed. Datelin Cunningham unable to grab that one. Or actually gets it, but loses a couple. Now the Cats back to their own 45-yard line. Have to get 6. Omar is in the slot. Keep an eye on him. That's a tough matchup for a linebacker. Offsides is going to be called against Northwestern. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 1.
Number 13, defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
They whistle Blake Fan for offsides there. Wildcat fans, smash that like button if you're enjoying this one. 3rd down and 1. Perkins looks over the defense, calls for the ball. Datelin's going to have it left side now, middle, 1st down into Demon territory, out to the 48-yard line.
Cunningham. 1st down. Wildcats.
Datelin says, you can call me Dalton all night if you want to. Let's go. 6 minutes and a half and counting. Snap is back. Perks got it. He's going for it all. He's got Omar down the side. Omar comes back and unable to get the catch. A lot of banging around, but good coverage down the sideline. That was that stop route Omar was coming back for, but unable to fight his way back. Boy, Brett, this is one you'd like to see EJ drag across, and they pick it up and just run out in space. Xavier Butler out to the near side. He's about as far to this side as you can go. They have spread the field out, trying to get those linebackers spread out in coverage. They do give it to Datelin. Datelin up the middle, taking advantage. Here goes Datelin. 40, now 35. Good block by Butler out at the 29-yard line. And how about that? Datelin Cunningham to the 29.
Dalton Cunningham runs the ball
Cats go tempo. They hurry things along. It is 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Right out by the Southland Conference logo. Snap is back. Perk's got it. Play action. He's going after it again. Got to come back, does X, but that ball was thrown into triple coverage and the sideline. And Perk threw it where nobody could get to it.
Brings up 2nd down.
When you see triple coverage like that roll around, you have got to get it away and throw where only your man can. 3 receivers again. Darius Washington now the receiver to the near side. E.J. Scott's in the slot. And Omar is farthest sideline away from us. Perk calls for it. Handoff up the middle. Daitlin's got it. No, that's Joe. Joe banging around inside the 25 to the 24. Jatarius Johnson with the carry down to the 24-yard line. Joe doing a good job. Big pickup right there. 3rd down and 5. Perkins calls for it here. Play action. He's looking for it all again. He's got it wide open. Wide open. Darius Washington. Touchdown. Touchdown. Wildcats. That is a Shelton Outdoor Power touchdown. That is the 5th touchdown of the night for the Trojans, and they lead this, or for the Trojans, he said. For the Wildcats. Boy, you get one side or the other. I can't, yeah. Bless my heart. Look, that means we'll probably call those young men from Ash the Wildcats tomorrow night. But there are, in my defense, there are a lot of Trojans out on this team. But Perkins laid it right on the money, and D-Dub was able to go out there and get that one. Touchdown Wildcats. My goodness, he went after that. I just like the Shelton Outdoor Power touchdown graphic there. Great work, guys. Cats with an opportunity to go back up. That is their 3rd touchdown in 7.5 minutes? No, I'm sorry, 8.5. Carry the one, 9.5 minutes. We'll take that. This is where we talked about a lot earlier is the Cats have worked this tempo. The Cats have worked this tempo. The Cats have worked this tempo. Are they able to continue it through the game and wear Northwestern's defense out a little bit? That's what maybe we're seeing. Told you the Cats would have to get in the 30s to win this. It may have to stretch that to the 40s, but that defense has been pretty solid. Preston Baker looking to add the 35th point, looking for his 5th PAT of the night. Snap is back there. Kick is away. It is up, and it is good. 35-30. Cats lead this one. And my goodness, the Cats are on fire here in the first 9 minutes or so of this 3rd quarter. The adjustments they made at halftime have been solid. They have outscored Northwestern in the 3rd period 21-3. How about that? 21-3. Back we go here. Preston Baker getting set to kick this away. Kicked one out of bounds his first time in this half, and then just inside the pylon the second. They are trying to not make it returnable at all. Northwestern seems to stack to that left side over there as we're looking at it, farthest from here. Baker squibs this one, and it just, a duck goes out of bounds there. And he looks like he's feeling that ankle just a little bit, and that is something that you don't want. Northwestern will have it from the 35-yard line. And just things have not... So we'll see what the defense have. The defense has held Northwestern to 3 minutes. You know, we talked at halftime about time of possession. It's been all Cats here in the third quarter. Snap is back there. Quick hitter to the near side, in and out of the hands. And we got a visit from Harrison Vapnak of KELB Sports a little bit earlier, and he makes the point that we made. 3 of the 5 touchdowns tonight have been from kids from Olive Street back at Alexandria Senior High School. Dayton Cunningham with the touchdown, Darius Washington with the touchdown, and Jimmy Duncan for Northwestern with a touchdown. I know Coach Thomas Bachman is watching this one and enjoying it. You better recruit Alexandria, guys. First down and 10 from the 35. Johnston throws it, but a penalty flag. First is a false start, and the Demons are unraveling here in the third. Cats just up by 5. This is where Northwestern would tend to get themselves in trouble. They'd start self-inflicting these penalties, and that was one of those. That was a false start. Of course, Johnston threw the pick 6, but the defense has been all over the Cats, all over the Demons tonight. Look, I'm glad y'all are watching TV, so y'all won't hear how bad I butcher this thing sometimes. But it has been a lot of fun to sit high atop Turpin Stadium in the Trios press box. Johnston's going to come this way, and he shovels it up the middle. Well, that's a nifty little play. Shovels it up the middle, gets back all of the penalty yardage and 3 more, so it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Number 8, Luke Carter.
Carter gets that one and runs up the middle, and what that was the H-back that kind of drifts in, or the tight end kind of drifts in, and it's just a little shovel forward pass to him. We are brought to you by Bell Grand and Lanyap Home Care and a host of others. You see our Sadler's Towing scrolling scoreboard at the bottom. And our Wallace Eye Associates shows you that the Wildcats lead this one 35-30 deep into third quarter. Johnston being pressured. He's going to take off running. He's going to have the first and then some, trying to get to the corner before he steps out of bounds. And that was just great coverage. But Johnston showing that he's able to get up and run. And he gets down inside of Wildcat territory to the 44.
Demon fans, what's up? That's going to be another Demon first down.
35-30, Cats lead this. You see that. 3:42 and counting in the third. First down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Demons going left to right toward the entrance where they came in. Johnston, low snap, picks it up, zips that one to a wide open man, slips the tackle, gets out of it, and we'll have another first down. And the Demons, the last couple of plays, have been difficult to tackle right there.
Brendan Webb carries the ball for the Demons. And that's going to be another Demon first down.
Boy, these two teams know each other. These coaching staffs know each other. Some have played for each other, coached alongside of, just a number of things. There is nothing new in this one. They're just going out there battling. Johnston pressured, hit, looking for Duncan, incomplete. Good pressure by Jonathan Moore-Leday. John is there. Let's see who else gets in there, too. That was great work by both sides of it.
2nd down.
Look, it was Isaiah Joles that got in there. Good to see Joles and John make that play. That 3-man front for the Wildcats has been solid. Now, they'll bring the Jack linebacker down a little bit. Gator comes to the near side, and they will move to the far side, Cameron Brazel. That double Jack Davis hops his way through there, but slung down. I mean, if he doesn't get tackled there, he's got a chance to go.
St. Davis carries the ball for the Demons.
Zay Davis has been solid. 3rd and 5, money down here for the Wildcats. Hope you're enjoying listening to this as much as we are calling it. It is an audio-only version of it, but the Cats are showing that they're back in action following a great season a year ago. Abram Johnston from the shotgun. Play action. He'll roll this side, little pump fake, but here's pressure in the backfield. There's a hole in the backfield. brought down. Johnson unable to get there, but all the way on the far side, right in front of the LCU benches, is going to be an offensive holding, we believe.
Abram Johnson keeps the ball. We do have a flag on the play.
It would be fourth from there, or I got to believe they take that penalty, give them the other down, because they'll back it up from the 37, make it back to the 47. I got to believe that's the route, because you push them. So they call illegal formation. The flag was thrown pretty late in that, but it is 5-yard penalty that pushes Northwestern back, and say they will go back to the 34-yard line. So money down once again. 3rd down and 10 now. Johnston comes under center. Now he'll step back in the shotgun. He's got a receiver to the top, one to this side, and an H-back off left. Johnston calls for it. Handoff is coming to the near side. Nope. He caught it. He kept it himself, did Johnson, and he just gets destroyed out at the 38-yard line. My goodness. Just a host of Cats defense did not bite on that fake. And that will knock them out of field goal range, we believe. They're going to come out, if it's 45, it'd be a 55-yarder, but I don't think he's got the leg from there. They leave Johnston out there at quarterback. This is from the 30, so they give him a 2-yard loss, 34-44. Johnston and that offense out there, 3 receivers to the near side. Cats defense pinning their ears back. Timeout on the field. Timeout Northwestern. It is a Tire Discount Center timeout, and that gives us an opportunity to hit the pause button and drink a little water and get ready for this 4th down. We'll be right back. Cats defense making a charge. Abram Johnston and company with 2 receivers now. No, 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. Johnson likes to spread it out and run here too. But it's 4th down and 12. Johnston back to pass. He's being pressured off to the near side. Dumps this one, floats it over the head of the intended receiver. Too tall to call, and that's a turnover on downs. Cats have it. Cats have it. Cats have it.
Johnson's pass is incomplete.
We'll see if the Wildcats can put up their 4th touchdown here in the 3rd. They're going to have to do it with just 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Is that right? Is that what I see? Yeah. So no hurry in this one. They're going to likely keep the gas on, trying to get to the 4th quarter. Since that 14-point second quarter, the Cats have outscored them 21-3, looking to add on. Handoff goes off to the right side, banging around, and that will get us to the 4th quarter of play. They'll take a timeout here. We'll take it with them. We'll have some stats for you. But the Cats take a lead over Division I Northwestern State University, looking to become only the 13th team in history to knock off a Division I team. They're trying to run a little bit more. 6 and 5 and 4. Quick hitter to the far side. Complete. Clock rolls, and that will get us there. And the Cats, as we said, trying to become team number 13, thanks to our man Harrison Vapnik that lets us know all of that. We'll be back with you for the 4th quarter. We told you there was going to be a comeback. There was. Cats looking to extend that lead when we come back for the 4th. We're back here getting ready for fourth quarter action. We hope to have some stats for you here momentarily. But the key stat that says it all, it is LCU 35, NSU 30 as we move to the fourth. I believe we posted at halftime. You better stick around for this. Speaking of around for this, Kentucky Christian knocks off Kentucky Wesleyan 44-24. Lindsey Wilson all over Reinhardt out of Georgia 52-24. Cumberland's 41-28 over Union Commonwealth. That one's still in the fourth quarter. Midland 14-0 starting the third. It's been a long time since we've got an update on that one. And was trying to look for that Ottawa game. St. Thomas, they beat Cumberland out of Tennessee 27-6. Olivet Nazarene 27-14 in the third. Pikeville all over Arkansas Baptist 28-13. William Penn leads Graceland. Carroll 23. Montana State Northern 0. Montana Tech 17. Ottawa 0. We told you the bet the barn was 69.5 on that game, and I took it under. And there you go, 17-0 in that game. When offenses don't have a lot, defense rules the day. Out here, it's been a shootout, and the Cats had scored 21, outscored Northwestern 21-3 there in the third quarter. My goodness. It has been just that type of, since the ejection out there, it has been all Louisiana Christian University in this one. We'll take a look at some of these stats that have just made their way to us on their time of possession. The Cats just explode there in the second half. What a second half for us, 21-3. We'll take a look. It was in the third quarter. Dayton Cunningham goes 37 yards. Mitchell with a 42-yard interception return. Darius Washington, 24-yard touchdown pass. Dayton Cunningham, 96 yards on the evening rushing. Perkins is thrown for 122 and a touchdown. We'll have more of that. The main stat that matters, it's 35-30. Cats marching. Handoff up the middle. Joe's got the first. Joe Johnson. Midland now stretches it out. They win that one 31-0.
Johnson on the carry for the
This is what has been so good, is that the Cats have been able to rotate running backs in there. They move over to the left side. Big Christian Gotro now. J.D. Winans there at center, it looks like. Perkins on 1st and 10 from the 48. Play action. He's got a step to the near side. Good blocking by Gavin Lilly. Down the field it goes. Omar's got it. Omar making a break. 20 now. 10, 5. Omar. Oh, you kidding me? Touchdown, Wildcats. It is a Shelton outdoor power touchdown for the 6'3", 220-pound wide receiver out of Largo, Florida, making things happen. Oh, baby, look at those Cats. Preston Baker on to add the extra point. This will give the Cats their largest lead of the day. It is already there. Kick is up, and it is good. Quickly into the ball. They have scored early in the third and early now in the fourth. And the Cats have outscored Northwestern 28-3 over the last quarter and a half, I guess, if you will. And they lead it 42-30. And they are showing that high-powered offense, and that's one thing that we talked about earlier. Would that offense be able to wear down the defense of Northwestern? But that's not the story. That defense has locked them up, has this Cats defense. Coach James Wood and his defensive unit putting on a show. Morris doing great work along that defensive line, rotating everybody around. It's just been a complete effort. And more hard times here in Northwest. And look, let me tell you, there is a lot of football to go in this one. But my goodness, I don't know if I've got the voice to go 10 more games this season and then into the playoffs. My goodness. 14-20 to go in the fourth period. An eternity to go in this one. The Cats lead it by 2 scores. Looking to just keep the pressure on this one.
Thank you to Chick-fil-A on Kaiser Avenue for being a proud partner of NSU Athletics.
I think it might be the beard of offensive coordinator Coach Corey York. A lot of folks in the past wanted him to shave that beard, and he says, I'm not going to go do it. My beard is doing big things for me. So, Coach Corey York, keep that beard on, my friend. Cats lead this one. Yeah, they pointed out on our comments on there, and we'll go back to that. Charlotte, Mask, Arnett, good block, Gavin. You're exactly right. Lily was out on the side, just turning folks around, and that entire offensive line has been doing big work. Oh, by the way, the defense has given up just 3 points, and they've scored. So the defense has outscored Northwestern over the last quarter and a half or so, 7-3. Queen M says, yeah, the Wildcat Nation is on fire tonight. You're absolutely right, they are. Only 12 times has an NAIA team knocked off a Division I team. LCU trying to make it 13. Claws up, Cats, claws up. Baker puts a foot into this one. That goes over to the far side. That one's going to be returnable to the 7. We'll see what the Cats' return game is like. Slipping through, but good work there. And wisely, Preston Baker stays completely away from that. You know, he had got kind of grabbed the last couple of times down. But Wildcat Nation, something stirring in those Wildcats in this one tonight. A lot of football to go. Told you they would need to get into the 30s. They're at 42 right now. They lead at 42-30. You see that on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. And my goodness, I believe I told my buddy JW there, maybe this will make the Bryan Patriot. We'll see about that. A lot of football to go. Back to pass. Looking at the near side, it's all covered up. Has to dump it off. That was another backwards pass, but it is complete before being driven out of bounds. Good work over there by the Wildcats. Judson Mixon, the redshirt senior, goes over there and shoved him out of bounds. Edward Kelly says, cause college football chaos, LCU. Indeed. Just the resiliency to get down twice by a couple of scores, and the Cats have battled back. This is their largest lead, but Northwestern, they're a D1 team, and they're going to put some pressure on here. Little short pass coming up again. Are you kidding me? Mixon back-to-back smacks right there. Zay Davis got ate up as soon as he caught that ball.
And 12 for the Demons.
Rotation along that defensive line as John comes out, and they will get Kawarren Scott into the game. Kawarren Scott is a freshman lineman, true freshman lineman that they are very, very high on out of that South Louisiana area. 3rd down and 12. Back to pass once again. Here comes pressure from the Cats, dialing it up, spinning around. Mixon unable to get him at this time. The rest of the Cats are there. Finished off and give the tackle that time to Caleb Brumfield. Brumfield will get called for that tackle. Leading the way for the Cats in tackles tonight. Let me see where that went to. I know we've got it here somewhere. Passing, receiving, punting, kick returns. Tackles, Jaden Jones with 13 tackles leads the way, 11 unassisted. And NSU on to punt the football away here. The Cats looking to get it back. Butler back deep to receive, and did I say he was electric? He had a kick return for 65. Ball is bobbled around. Unable to get that, or able to get that one away. It bounces around. Obadiah's got it. No, he still won't know. He's watching it roll. Boy, the way he got up and started running, and he went in and touched it. And it's going to go over to Northwestern. At the end of the play, they're saying that the ball was stopped and the whistle was blown, but I think it's going to go over to Northwestern here. Ball stopped at the 32-yard line, and Johnston and company will get, instead of just getting away, gets into it, and that defense is going to come back. Well, are they? No, Perkins and that offensive unit are coming out. Well, there you go. It's early for me, too. It's week 0 for the 0 up here. They get the football from Northwestern out, and we'll get a LCU football. Everybody thought, my goodness. Now we'll see if the Cats can put a good 4-minute drive on, or do they go over the top for this one. Perkins in at quarterback. Snap is back. Handoff is there, looking to run the football. Going to get just about half a yard. See who's in there. That is Datelin Cunningham back in there. Cunningham on the night, 96 yards. Give him 97. Perkins, 122 yards through the air on a 12 of 21 night. Phillip Jones came in and completed one pass. Cats have to find a way to get a drive, get the field flipped, finish off with some points. Perkins, play action. Got time. He's got to take that down and go get the sack. Yeah, that was a coverage sack, and helmet comes off, and so that young man will have to come out of the game. And Perkins is down. They fell on Bryce, and it looked like it hit his knee, but he's tough as nails and will get back up. Looks like PJ coming into the game. Nope, that's not. Bryce stays out there, and that is a sack. And that makes it third down and 16 now for LCU. Got to use as much clock as you can on this drive, but you don't want to get complacent. Complacency kills. This is a big drive for LCU. In the whiteout, Coach President Mark Johnson, Dr. Johnson said it's a whiteout. Get all your white shirts on, and they have shown out tonight in this. Little shovel pass, dumped off there, complete. That is Grayson Thibodeau with his first career college reception. Congratulations, Grayson Thibodeau, true freshman. Little shovel pass to him there. And that'll bring Baker out to kick. So I don't mind that. Not terribly upset about that. A lot of folks starting to pile into the community watching this one and listening to this one, rather. You see it up at the top on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. It is 42 for the Cats, 30 for the Demons. We play on in the fourth quarter. 2-score lead for your LC Wildcats. Snap is back there. Baker's got it. Pressure is on. Kind of fell into him, but nothing doing. That ball will bounce around. It takes a great Preston Baker bounce all the way to the 27-yard line. College football this week, beginning over on MidwestSports.net. I think it's being simulcast right here on 446 Sports.
Concerts and theater events. Visit Ticketsmarter.com or on the app.
Officials timeout on the field. They'll take the TV timeout, and we'll step away and take it with them.
Ticketsmarter.
Back to action we go here live from the Trios Press Box. Did you know there's a lot of great things going on at Trios? You need to check out their Thursday, Friday, Saturday specials. That is the Trios on Versailles Trios Bar and Restaurant. Beautiful place. Go in there. Tell Miss V that you heard about it on 446 Sports. Go Cats Go. We're brought to you by Bell Grand. Not Grande, Grande. Bell Grand. Beautiful facility on Versailles as well. And Lanyap Home Care, of course, Sadler's Towing. Walk-ons. BU Designs. BK Distributors. The LV5K. Wallace Eye Associates, host of our Wallace. They are Firehouse Subs, the official sandwich of 446 Sports. Could use an official sandwich right now. Freddy's Steak Burgers, they are the sponsor of our Friday Night Freddy's wrap-up. And you will see our player of the game up on our lighted up digital billboard for LCU over in Pineville. 1st and 10. Rolling that way, pass is complete, and boy, the Cats are covering pretty well, and you'll give up that underneath stuff right now. Right now, the clock is your friend if you're the Cats, but you cannot get off of what you've done. I gotta believe Coach James Wood and that defense, James Wood, the defensive coordinator, gotta believe he is going to be all gas, no brakes defensively. 3-man front. They've rotated about 9 guys tonight. Johnston calls for the ball, play action. He's going to keep it, try to roll the pocket to the near side, trying to get a block there. Nothing happening and brought down.
Johnson keeps the ball.
Ted Jackson coming by, doing work. Ted. Preseason All-American, voted on by VSN. Preseason All-American there. Showing why. But this team is made up of some superstars defensively. 42-30. Don't forget the pick 6 that happened. Opportunity for our play of the game from Southern Air. Here comes pressure. Cats back out of it just a little bit. Dumped off, but stopped short of the first down. A host of Cats there for the tackle.
Pass complete to number 32, Big Buisson.
Puison gets the reception, and that is 4th down once again. 4th down and 2. If you're the Demons, you got to go for it here. You cannot kick it away with 8.5 to go. Doesn't matter where you're at on the field. You've got to come out and try to do whatever you can to keep the possessions. Big play for the Cats right here, trying to get a turnover in plus territory. Johnston will go up and play clock down to 7, and another Tire Discount Center timeout. Demons have to be down to their final timeout now following that one. 8:09 to go, and let's take a look back at some of those stats for you, too. Cats have had a big night. Datelin Cunningham at 97 yards on the night. Datelin with 2 touchdowns. Joe with 24 carries and a touchdown. Perkins has 3. He's got 0 yards, 17 yards, and 17 lost.
Thank you to Lieutenant Governor Billy Mangasser for this message.
Bryce Perkins is added 122 yards through the air and 1 touchdown. That was to D-Dub. Darius Washington gets that one. Jimmy Duncan has a touchdown for the Demons. Zay Davis leads the way, 10 carries, 117 yards. They are still trying to wheel their Demons back in this one here. That guy that's been on that sideline, Mike, has to be just as hoarse as I'm getting right now. Those folks that have made it up the road on I-49 for this one have seen a treat tonight. Cats have held the Demons to 3 second-half points. The whiteout has been successful, and the Cats fans are loving it. Remember, you can hear from Coach Ben McLaughlin Wednesday night at 9 p.m. It is the Wildcat Roundup with Coach Ben McLaughlin, but we'll have interviews throughout the week as we'll talk to all of these young men about this game tonight. And I can tell you the answer is going to be how they finished on this. They've got 8 minutes to go in this. Demons back on the field, and now they are electing to punt. And I don't know if I can wrap my head around that decision, but let it be known I'm not a Division I coach either. Just let it know I'm up here calling this game, but you've got 8 minutes to go in this game. Snap is back, punt is away, and you just got to get a safe call on this. D-Dub calls for the fair catch, and he's got it made at the 31-yard line, and the Cats will have it. How do you kick the ball away with 8 minutes to go when you've only scored 3? There's a penalty flag that's down. We'll try to get where that is. I didn't see where it was, but we'll go the white end. They're over there talking to Coach Ben, but I think Coach Ben's just working, wanting something on the hold. Let's go to the field. No foul on the play. Cats have it from the 31-yard line. First down and 10. 8 minutes even to go into this one. 7:59 remaining in this one. First down and 10 for the Cats. And if you ever thought the drive one time ago was a big one, this is the Cats' victory drive right here. Guys, we will have all the updates for you following this one. It is going to be a interesting final 8 minutes in this. Perkins, 3 receivers to the top. Cats won't let up. Handoff goes off left side. That is Ashantis Brooks carrying the ball. And remember, the Demons only have 1 timeout, too. That's why I don't understand why you punt it away right there. But alas, I'm not the coach. Second down and 8. Cats taking the clock down a little bit, but not much. They're staying in their offense. That was thrown in and out of the hands intended for Omar. Correction. That was in and out of the hands of Butler. No, that was Davis. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was Omar. The 0 and the 8 look a lot alike over there. Normally sure-handed Omar Davis in and out of the hands of him. Perkins calls for the ball. Swinging out of the backfield is Ashantis, but going down the seam, nearly picked off. And there's going to be pass interference called. Down at the end of the play, the flag comes in, and it was not near. Boy, they're calling pass interference on the Demons, and that will just about ruin the night for NSU. That's going to be a first down on a ball that split through, and there were no. Maybe they're going to say that it got him off the route, but that's a huge first down with 7:20 remaining in this one. Coach Corey York and that offense will keep things going. Stack 3 set to the far side now. Brooks still in at running back. He's going to get it off to the right side. He's hit at the middle and brought down. Ashantis Brooks pulling a little bit of relief for Joe and for Dayton. Seven minutes now, so we're under halfway to go here in the fourth. Tempo from the Cats has done a lot of it, moving into the slot now. Perkins will go for it. Try Omar again. Omar's got it, but a penalty flag back at the 39, or is that something on the ground back there? You're going to have, I think, illegal motion. Yeah, you're going to have motion as slot receiver was kind of inching towards the line of scrimmage and was not set. Folks that have made it on the audio stream, you're watching a good one, possible history in the making. Told you all week, Cats were ready for this one. You heard about it from our Pelican Sports Report in the dugout. Second down and 14. Play action. Cats still going. Looking for Butler in and out of the hands. Unable to connect there. Let me tell you, there's going to be somebody out there that says, why are they throwing it? Don't stop the clock. These Cats are not going to change what they're doing. Big shout out to Allison Tarver. She's listening. She says, let's go LCU. 3rd down and 14. Clock stopped at 6.5 to go. Offsides, but the Demons are able to get back. The Cats look over. Clock down to 5 and 4 and may get a timeout here, and I think they will. 2 and 1. They don't do it, it'll be delay a game, and I don't know why. Wouldn't have taken the time out there with 3 to go. Cats looking good in this one, but got to finish this one strong. Cats looking to move to 1-0 on the campaign, and they are 6 minutes or so, 6.5 away from it. But you know this Demon team is going to keep firing away. Get an extra 20 seconds on the play clock, so I think they may run a little of that down. Perkins calls for it. Ashantis has it. Ashantis has the speed to get to the corner. He's going to get out to the back near the original line of scrimmage. That's the 45, though. And Baker and company will come out and kick it away, we believe.
Fourth down.
4th and 11, and I got to believe Perkins will let it run all the way down. The tail take these 22 seconds off of it and then get down to 1 second and call a timeout. That'll move the clock down under 6 minutes to about 6:45. Maybe not. They're not going to do it. 12 and 11, and now PB is out there to kick this one away. Cats have got to get this kick away. 1 on the clock and facing another delay of game, and that's 2 delay of game calls. Content to take a couple of those and run the entirety of the clock off. And what that'll do by not taking the time out is that delay of game will start and get you a fresh play clock going again. So they'll be able to take even a little bit more time off of it. Now they don't start it back. I guess that was a loophole in the pros. Snap is back. Baker quickly gets this one away. He goes down again. Second time, still no penalty flag. And the ball goes out of bounds on the far side, out near the, we'll see where the cliffhanger official goes. He's out at the 30. I say that, you remember that game off The Price is Right, where the little dude goes up and he keeps going, the yodeling and all that, and if you don't stop him in time, he falls off the cliff. And that's what it looks like the officials do when they do that. Needless to say, yeah, it is that time of night. 42-30. One of the originals out there watching on this one. Big shout out to Clay who's watching. He certainly believes in that blue and orange tonight. Claws up out there to our buddy Clay. 1st down and 10 from the 30. Snap is back. Johnston firing a quick one over there. It is complete. Driven out of bounds there, but stopped at the 40. That's going to be a 1st down. They'll move the sticks. Clock runs with 5:30 and counting.
That's going to be another Demon 1st down.
Cats have got to finish this thing. There is no way you're celebrating too early. You've got a lot of football with 5 minutes to go against a D1 opponent. Back to pass. It's Johnston. He does a little shoulder pump. Closing on it pretty good, but not able to get there. And that ball is complete. Good strong arm. That shows you the arm of Johnston. He throws it from the far hash over to the near sideline. Steps out, and there they go. That'll get the clock running at 5:06. Now we move under 5 minutes in this one.
2nd down and short.
Back to pass once again is Johnson on 2nd and short. Got a man wide open, in and out of the hands. Clock stops with 4:52 remaining.
Complete.
And that's one of those down the seam that if he catches it, there's a good chance he runs a long way. Cameron Davis unable to hang on to it. Won't be a pregame show tonight, folks. We'll when this is over with, we'll wrap things up and get on out of here. We appreciate everybody that has been here with us tonight. A lot of football remains. 5 minutes, 4:52. Handoff right up the middle, and that'll stop the clock to move the chains.
Davis marked down near the 45-yard line. That's another Demon 1st down.
Demons get the first down. Back to pass. This Johnson. He steps up the middle. Defense is there to get the stop.
Abram Johnston keeps the ball.
Abram was on his own trying to carry that one. He stopped.
Number 47, Jonathan Moore today.
John with the tackle there. Jonathan Moore today. Were you able to see the little Bible study that we did with him that Sunday night? Johnston back to pass. It's on Facebook. That ball is complete, or YouTube. Spun around down to the 22-yard line. Jimmy Duncan with his fourth reception of the night.
That's going to be another even first down.
Demons have it first down on the 23-yard line. Johnston looking for the corner, unable to get that. And the clock will stop there on the incompletion with 3:39 to go in this one. Cats leading by 12, but the Demons making their way down the field. Clock stopped there. It'll be second down and 10. Cats 3:39 away from an upset, but the Demons trying to get the ball back here, trying to get in the end zone. Cats defense has been so solid. Those two turnovers at the end of the second were what made the difference in this one, and the Cats have kept it on. Johnston back to pass. They have held Northwestern to 3 points. That pass is complete to Rhodes. He's brought down inside the 10 and into the Riverside Hospital red zone.
That's enough for another Demon first down.
Demons have it first down and goal from the 9-yard line. Cats will have an injury timeout, a little bit of cramping up there. We're back here, timeout still going on, resetting things. It was 27-14 at halftime. The Cats have outscored NSU 28-3 in the second half. My goodness. But it is first and goal. You've got to keep them out of the end zone. 2 touchdowns out of this. You got to figure NSU's looking for a touchdown and an onside kick. Handoff goes up the middle. Cats defense true to it here.
And off to number 7, Zay Davis. Down at the 5-yard line. Second down.
Second down now for the Demons as we get under the 3-minute mark. Second down and goal from the 5 inside the Riverside Hospital red zone. Johnson zips one in there, in and out of the hands, knocked away defensively.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number 3, Brendan Webb. Third down.
That is David Voorhees the third that goes over there and makes that play, and we told you he is. You need to watch out for Voorhees at cornerback this year. He is true to the task out there. Clock stops with 2:52 remaining in it. Third down and goal. Touchdown and extra point would make it a 5-point game, so don't expect NSU to go for 2 if they get into the end zone. Johnston brings the man back in, now puts him in motion. Johnston back to pass, good pressure, sails this one to the back of the end zone, touchdown. That is a Shelton outdoor powered touchdown. Lights flicker here in the second half. Hadn't had much opportunity here in the second half tonight, but they get one there. But it is a 5-point game now pending this PAT and the onside kick that's coming, and maybe that's why you punt it away. Maybe that's why you're a D1 coach and I'm not. I get it. I understand that. Boy, the Cats were unable to finish off a couple of those drives over there. They're going to have as much as their hands team on the field as they can. You've got to believe that Northwestern will go for the onside kick. But first the PAT, snap back, kick is up, And it is good. Bangs it off of the Jumbotron up there. And it is a one-score game in this one. LCU 42, NSU 37. Well, I told you guys a lot of football to go in this thing. A lot of work left. Cats will have to get this onside kick. Surely you don't kick it away here. One wouldn't think. Things have tightened up here at Turpin. Queen tells us the same thing we're talking about. It's not over yet, Wildcats. They have got to finish strong and close this thing out. Hands team, you got 10 of the guys within 10 yards of the ball. Still got to cover some little pooch kick. Maybe they try to kick it over that line. They are moving them over from the left to the right. You're going to roll up and chase that one. Cats need to dive on it. They were just letting the kicker go out there and get it. Man, you gotta get aggressive and go after that one and just fall on it, because the kicker was just following the ball the entire time. And how this ball comes out of there is how this thing's going to go. Demons think they have it. Cats feel they have it. Cats come out and they are cheering out of the pile. Wildcats have it on the 45-yard line. And I'm telling you, they'll go back and work on that. When you see that kicker rolling up and getting that ball, somebody's got to sprint down there and get that. Cats come out of there with it. The Cardiac Cats trying to hang on to this upset over Division I Northwestern State University. One timeout remains, so they can't get complacent on it. We'll see what they're going over to talk about right here. Hold everything, guys. Cats don't have it yet. They're going back to check. But I don't know how you can overturn one that's inside of everything. I mean, you had that scrum going on. I don't know how you're over to... 42-37. This one is under review now to see what happens. Yeah, go ahead and put it on. 2:45 remains in this one. Good shot at my man Dr. Johnson over there. He is cheering on as much as anybody is. That is good to see. This has been under. Cats have the football. It's going to be illegal blocking on the kicker is what they called when he was getting and shielding from the ball. And so the 5 yards will be added to the end of the run. The Cats will have it first down and 10 from the Demon 40-yard line. This is the drive, folks. 2:45 remaining. Northwestern with just one timeout to go. Snap is back. Perk has it. Handoff is to Datelin. Datelin, who's been resting for a little while. We'll see if Northwestern uses their final timeout. They don't. Clock runs. Switching folks around, and Joe makes his way back in there. The Cats trying to take it down to the 2-minute timeout, but they will have to snap it with 2:01 to go. Cats are going to have to snap it before the 2-minute timeout. They'll have to run a play, but they don't want to do it with too much time. But you've got to get this first down. A first down puts it away. 5 and 4 and 3 on the play clock. Handoff is there. Joe's got it. Joe to the outside, 35, now 30. Slides down for a Wildcat first down, and that's going to just about do this one. 2-minute timeout is here. Jatarius Joe Johnson cuts, goes in, slides down so that they don't have to do it again. And the ESPN crew not happy about things over there. But folks that are watching, they're not too happy. So I get a little animated, as you might can imagine. You know, if you're still listening, you hear it, and I believe the guys next door heard it too. But hey, what do you do? Go Cats, go! That run by Joe Johnson just about put this thing in the bank. It is the 2-minute timeout, comes with 1:57 remaining. It'll be first down and 10.
Oh, sorry.
It'll be first down and 10 here in the fourth. Cats looking at starting off the season 1-0, knocking off Division I Northwestern State University.
For the top of the music festival, North Louisiana's premier music festival taking place here.
We will try to catch up with
October 16th through the 17th.
Coach Ben and some of the players following this one.
QR code on the video board now.
Folks that are watching, get in the chat and let us hear your thoughts on tonight's ball game here. Get in the chat and let us know about those Cats. Give me a claws up if you're out there in the chat tonight. Give me a big claws up. Allison gave us one a little while ago. Come on, everybody, get in there and fill the chat up with the claws up, guys. Let them Wildcats know that you're behind them here. See if we can fill that chat up with some claws up. 1:57 remains here in the timeout. First down. Northwestern State just one timeout. They can stop the clock only once. Well, those of you that said, "Hey, why did Joe slide down?" It's a brilliant move. Cats are probably just a couple of snaps away. We'll see if Coach McCorkle and company take that final timeout. You know they will. Perkins calls for it. Handoff to the near side. Just bangs right into the middle. And ball security, ball security, ball security is the key. The young man from Northwestern tried to pick it up and run out of the stack with it. But a minute 51 is where Northwestern State calls their final timeout. We're back here to the Trios press box, high above Turpin Stadium. I am Doug Gann alongside of Nick Morrow, Brett Stallsby bringing you the action here. And Wildcats on upset alert in this one. They've got second down and 9. There we go. The claws up are making their way in. There you go. Snap is back. Handoffs to the far side, and there's going to be a false start penalty against the Cats. X was called with that one. There they go. The claws up are starting to make that in. Cats on upset alert in this one, but my goodness, closing out the final minute 48 of a ball game. NSU out of timeouts. Clock should start when they mark the ball ready for play. Game clock will get 3 seconds put back on it. 1:51 it goes. We have had a blast hanging out with you guys tonight. There won't be a post-game show on here. We'll try to get down to the field and get some time with Coach Ben and some of the players. Handoff is up the middle. Joe banging around. He's going to get back near the first. That'll put it down a minute, right at a minute 5 as the play clock runs. It is third down. Shouldn't have to snap it before about a minute 6, minute 5 to go. Cats have all 3 timeouts. They can't take a timeout if they want to. It's getting loud here at Turpin Stadium. Trio's press box is rocking. Unless you're from ESPN Plus, they're not happy. Snap is back. Perks got it. It's high but controlled. Getting to the outside. 30. Now 25. Got to stay in bounds to the 20. He's got to cut it up and just walk out of bounds. He's like, dadgummit, Dayton knows that he should have stayed in bounds, but that's okay. Now you've got it right at a minute. You can take a couple of knees and you'll be out of this one. Cats are going to pull off the upset tonight. They're going to get out of here Turpin Stadium in Natchitoches with a 42-37 win. A couple of knees from now. Cats are going to go under center and get up into victory formation, we would think. Perk drops back into shotgun for it. They're not quite. They bring everybody in, and the Cats do take a timeout, and they want to make sure. You're going through a couple of things to make sure that everything is just right on this. The Cats take a timeout with a minute 2. That's their first of the second half, and it comes with an opportunity to take a couple of knees and ice this one. There's no way you don't go into victory formation and just take 2-3 knees and get out of this thing. And that's what they're talking about. Look, control the snap twice, and that's ball game. We're so delighted that you've been here with us all night. Big shout out to our sponsors. You see them rotating up there in the corner. We will be back with video next Saturday as Langston comes to town in this one. A lot of claws up coming in. There you go. Y'all did a great job bringing the claws up, and that is victory formation now for the Cats. We'll see if Perkins goes under center. He does not, so that's okay. That's where his natural position. You don't want nose tackle pushing over, anything like that. They'll hustle in another blocking back on the left side. Snap is back. Perk takes a knee. That's one of 2 that he'll have to take. And they're feeling it over there on the visitor sideline. The Cats fans are on their feet and going crazy. You can barely hear yourself in here. Dr. Johnson off to our left side, loving things. Looking forward to getting him over to the dugout, talking. One more knee, and that's going to do it. And the Cats have pulled the upset. And look at Perkins go down to his knees, and the Cats have done it. Wildcats win. Wildcats win. Wildcats win. LCU 42. Northwestern State 37. And LCU next week as the Cats move to 1-0. Only the 13th NAI team to knock off a Division I team. How about that? Big night running. The defense took over when they needed to take over. They stayed composed. They did what they wanted to. We'll have a complete wrap-up of this game when we get back into town tonight, as well as some updates and highlights from Coach Ben and some of the others. For my man Brett Stallsby, Nick Morrow, Coach Ernie Lott, who ate a lot of brownies. I am Doug Gann. Wildcats win it 42-37. God bless you all, and good night.